Well, hello, howdy, everybody, and welcome to Everybody is a Mimic. This is our first public session of an actual play D&D live stream webcast because we want to do a podcast, but we just wanted to do it differently. My name is Corey.
Is it my turn now?
It is your turn. Yes.
Cool. I am Carson. I am playing Bitte Yetimete Dunlekalaga. And yeah, it's gonna get weird, it's gonna get wild. You're
And
gonna love it.
today I'm just looking for a tattoo removal specialist.
Hey everyone, I'm Ben. I'm going to be playing Levi Corvallis, your soon-to-be favorite Golden Retriever boy.
Hi, I'm Ray. I play Rosemary Bone Crusher, your local woodcutting union rep with vermin in her hat.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's get right into it. So, welcome. If you guys are joining us, this is not our first session, but it is our first public session. And so we are joining our adventurers as they have just come from the town of Goodmead, where they were trying to hunt down the case of the missing caskets, or the missing mead cases. And they uncovered some suspicious activity, and ultimately all fingers are pointing to this Verbeeg, who has made his lair in a cave deep within the forest outside of Goodmead. After trekking through the forest, uncovering a bloodbath, losing their fox friend, they finally come upon the edge or the mouth of the cave just as a blizzard is about to wash over them. So now we join our adventurers as they are preparing to crawl their way into the cave. Just a little bit of heads up. So we are using Roll20, and I see on one of my Roll20 sheets that it is not in the chat. There we go. That should have fixed. There we go. And the view that you guys currently see, that is a combined view of all the characters. And at this time, they are slightly tinted blue for night vision. It's kind of hard to see given the ground is blue itself. But as we walk through, just be aware that it's not just one character they can see; it's all the characters that you are seeing, as well as you'll be able to see all the chat and anything that you can see right there on the stream. So yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about. Rosemary can see just fine.
Yeah, Rosemary is one of the few people who have night vision.
You guys are seeing?
Got special eyes.
Special eyes. So anyway, so you guys have just crept up. The blizzard that you were racing to beat is kind of like smashing against your back, and yet, despite all this wind and snow and sound, just the loud rush of wind, you hear some rustling coming from the woods to your east of you.
And there's rustling?
There's rustling. Something is in behind the tree just to the east, or it seems like that at least.
So,
I'd
like
make another
this
cattle
tree?
rustling joke, but I don't.
I just saw a ping in the darkness.
Definitely not happen. Yeah, it's coming from that area.
Rosemary's just pointing into the abyss like that tree, and everyone else is like, what? I'm gonna step south for a second so I can like actually kind of see. Do I see anything / anyone, or do I just see a tree?
Yeah, it just looks like a tree, but it's moving around a lot more than it would be if it was just the wind.
Bitte will draw an axe.
Throw an axe?
Draw.
Oh, draw an axe. Okay, good.
You're throwing an axe at a tree you can't see.
Just a bit ready.
Yeah,
Rosemary will turn to her friends and be like, I think there's something in that tree. Maybe it's another Twinka? We do technically still need to find one to bring back to the lady who gave us the lantern. Because the last trinket we
Seneca
found was
Patrick?
Killer Fox.
I'm gonna check the lantern. I don't remember where we left off. If that thing is lit and hooded, or if we just turned it off.
Would you like to light it?
Yes.
Okay, so it is bright directional light. Well, let's do bright light. And the lantern gives off, I think, 40 feet of bright light and then 20 feet of dimming light. There you go.
I can see forever.
All right. Roll perception. See if you can see anything.
Is that me or Dell?
Whoever wants to look at the whoever wants to look into the.
I want to look with my special eyes. Oh, Carson, do you have the toggle for advantage?
Yes,
Okay.
always. Always toggle for advantage. Always read left first.
Yes. All right. So Rachel, something's definitely in the tree. It's larger than a smaller mammal.
Probably not the
Quite
fox.
larger.
It's larger than a smaller mammal.
Yes. It's
Okay.
definitely a larger mammal.
A larger mammal is in the tree. I will
Yeah.
tell this to my friends and be like, I think there's a large mammal in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Rosemary will step up to it and try to look up the tree to find out what animal it is and if she can be its friend.
All right. And what is in the tree?
Oh. I see the corners of a character.
Yeah, you see me in the tree. My stealth roll was real bad. Levi puts his hands in the air and says, hello. It's a nice night for exploring a cave, isn't it?
Why are you in a tree?
Rosemary, this is a person, not a mammal.
Yeah, I mean, a person is a mammal.
Explain how.
Are you not a mammal?
I don't know. Mammals are like animals, and
I don't
We
know.
don't have don't really have time to explain to you how science works. But
I'm not going to
Most humans-
well,
explain
this
the
all fits
evolutionary
within my
chain.
worldview. I'm not really understanding.
clearly,
Wait, there's a large
guys,
mammal
like,
that's
what-
also a person. He's in the tree.
Is it okay if I climb down, or are you going to throw that axe at me if I start climbing down?
I mean,
we're
that
here
is not
to-
the stimuli that would lead directly to my throwing this axe. But if it makes you feel more comfortable, you will slip the axe back into its little frog.
You're,
All right,
you're
I'm
not
gonna
a
climb down.
verbeeg, are you?
A what? No.
Are you here to
I'm
hunt the verbeeg?
Am I
person?
saying that right? Verbeeg.
looking for a halfling named Arton. Do you know of him?
Halfling named Orton. Have we ever met such
No,
a
no.
person?
Arton. Not
Arton.
Orton. Arton.
Arton.
I'm
Arton.
gonna go with no.
No, but
At
also
the
I don't
same
think
time, I
halflings
don't
go in
know.
trees very often.
Well, I believe he's in the cave. I was simply staking the cave out so I could get an idea of what I'm looking at. And then you guys showed up, so that's where we're at now.
My lantern.
Why
Oh, there-
would you try to stake a cave out? It is not going to go anywhere.
like if I turn, oh cool.
You make a valid point. I wanted to know what was in the cave by potentially seeing it leave the cave.
fair.
make
Would
more
you like
sense.
would you like to come in the cave with us? Because there's a big blizzard coming. I'll point at the ominous big blizzard behind us.
She points just
Cool.
to the white wall of snow that's there.
Hey, Corey,
Uh,
do I recognize Dell?
Yes.
As I am now.
I get you can
not
now.
in the
Wait a
well,
second.
I have a question though. Can you control your character leader right now? Because I did drop it, and I'm not sure if that allows
Let
you
me
to
see.
control it. Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
Cool.
So
Oh, this dynamic lighting is nice.
yes, and try not to abuse it. Don't just move your character around a bunch just to
No.
see everything.
Uh,
Yeah. So yeah. So you guys yeah, so Levi and Dell, it seems that you guys may know each other.
huh.
I know this
Dell?
animal.
Is that you? Why? What are you doing out here?
You know, I don't really know. I kind of know. One thing led to another, and it started out. We're looking for a Verbeeg, apparently.
Am I supposed to know what a Verbeeg is?
I mean, I didn't really know what a Verbeeg was before earlier, so that's fair.
It stole a bunch of mead.
They're like
Understandable.
giant kin-ish.
yes. Verbeegs are giant kin.
Yeah,
I
I know
think.
it.
Well,
I
it is
think-
good to
Verbeeg.
see you. What have you been doing for the past few weeks?
Walking mostly.
you
I ended
wanna-
up here. Met up with my friends, Rosemary, Bite.
Hi.
Rosemary,
nice to meet
Bite.
you.
This is Levi.
Hi, Levi. Are you wearing a
pleasure to
shirt
make
at
your
the moment,
acquaintance.
or are you like actually shirtless in this?
Oh
freezing
no,
cold
he's
weather?
shirtless. He's shirtless, and he's just
Like, did
wearing
someone
a
take your
fur
shirt?
cloak. Oh no, well, except for going into a blizzard, I don't feel the effects of cold really.
That's convenient.
Huh.
I always thought you were just kind of going for a style.
Oh, I
The-
am. Don't get me wrong. I am. It is a
So,
pleasure to
do
meet
you
both of
do you
you.
want to get out of the blizzard, or?
Sure, yes. Considering the time it would take for me to put my cold weather clothes on, I think we should just go in the cave.
Uh-oh. Did we lose?
I think we lost Craig. Yeah.
No, Craig is still here.
No, Geark is here.
Well, Geark is here.
Oh, we lost Carson.
Yeah, we lost Carson.
Oh.
Right.
All right. Well, technical difficulties, everybody. Let us pause for a moment. And he is back. Welcome back, Carson.
Hey, yeah, sorry, the power went out for like a quarter of a second.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh. I guess I should probably preface this with, for people who are listening to us in the future, we are exploring the icy tundra of Icewind Dale, as Texas is currently in its own icy tundra.
Yeah, there's a big ol' ice storm, and I've been watching everything be iced over from inside of my apartment.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We had snow just a few weeks ago, and everyone was like, that's crazy. And then Texas was like, oh, you want to see crazy? Basically. Anyways, sorry about that, everybody who is out there, if anybody is out there. Yeah, we'll hope that doesn't happen again. But I am running this on a pretty crappy computer, even though it's better than my laptop. So we'll see how well it goes. And yeah, so I'll worry about that. But let's get back to the matter of things here. So, what are y'all gonna do? Just to give you guys some more descriptions again of what you have. You're sitting outside the cave, and you have 3 different entrances that you can go through. And Levi, when you walking down, did you happen to see another entrance on the side from where you came from? Yeah, from that way.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink, nudge. Also, as Rosemary like steps around the tree to like get eyes on Levi, can she actually see in here? It's okay if you say no.
Yes, you can. You can see just little tidbits of what is happening inside in the cave further down.
I will point at this entrance and say, I can see some movement in there.
Let's see here.
Yeah, looks to be
Man,
some
this tree
more
is
small
real.
mammals.
Yeah, there's more mammals in there.
Blake is shining his light into the cave. There is light coming from the cave to the right. From what you can hear crackling, it seems to be a large fire.
So there's a large fire and some mammals over this way. Also, I don't have any spell slots. So I don't know if we want to go into a different cave entrance, take a rest, and then go deal with what's in here.
In case you are all unaware, there is another entrance further down towards the west or the east. I'm directionally challenged. I apologize.
How dare you?
Your east or my east?
It's in the
Our
west.
east. It is a combined east.
Yeah, there is another entrance over there.
Levi gestures back this way.
Yeah, when you pass through it, the biggest thing that you noticed was there was some gigantic mammoth tusks kind of just half frozen in the ground. So it's fairly easy to go and find it again.
Yeah, that doesn't sound okay.
I could communicate the mammoth tusks to my friend Dell and his two friends.
So like something killed the mammoths? Or they just got stuck?
Or something was using mammoth tusks as a decoration.
I do not know. Although they do make an interesting cave mouth decoration.
I don't like it.
It's the welcome mat.
I don't like
You
it.
can go check it out.
Offer plate motif, though.
What motif?
The mammoth tusks at the mouth of the cave. Tis done quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a little cliche, but sometimes going with the classics.
This is true. It's kind of a tightrope to walk.
Mm-hmm.
Wander over. It's a bunch
Let's
of mammoth
discuss
tusks
interior
writing out "Live,
design
laugh,
for a
love,
few
and
more
giants."
moments.
Well, the orcs' idea of interior design is usually kind of exterior design in the way of showing off kills, so maybe there are some orcs around here.
Or it's the Verbeeg.
No, it's something else
Verbeegs
that's
have
giant and
mammoth
lives in here
tusks?
and shows off mammoth kills.
I should say the mammoth was like it was like sunken into the ground, like half frozen over. It wasn't like a recent there's not like a mammoth over there. There's just like the tusks and the skull of the head.
Ah. Well, let's go check it out, and we can rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 how good the exterior design is.
Yeah, this could have been like
lead them over there really quick.
All right, so over there we go.
Over there we go. Bethay's just like hanging out way back here. There you go.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
I love how Dell is in defense mode.
How is he in
Isn't
defense?
Dell always kind of in defense mode?
Because he's like sideways.
Oh no, he has his lantern is hooded, so it goes straight. So he has to curve himself.
I have to turn my character to see.
There's the thing. Oh, it does go over here. I thought it was like you're leading us to like the edge of the map.
I led
There
you
we
to a
go.
different clearing that I came through earlier.
Yes, Levi
Oh, I
came from
see.
the east. We have to
I
assume it's the east because it is the right side of the map.
You
Yeah,
know.
I figured.
Otherwise,
Uh,
our whole world will just explode if we don't.
Rosemary is going to start poking at the bones and judging the arrangement and lack of care therein. Like the Verbeeg obviously must not care about exterior design or aesthetic.
Yeah, these mammoth tusks don't look freshly polished.
They're not polished, they're not arranged. Look at them, they're just
They're just
like
sitting
there's
there.
ribs going all over the place. There's what even is this bone?
This is just a femur bone there.
It's
Hmm.
like you don't even like crack open the femur for the marrow. Like God, wasteful.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
Anyways.
the bone crusher aspect of your name is literal.
Well, I mean, the orc side of my family really taught me how to respect a kill and use every part of it, and obviously someone just left a giant mammoth here to rot, which that's a lot of waste.
Now, Rosemary, when you say you use all of your kills, is that all kills, or I just want to clarify, just really kind of set the tone for our friendship?
I mean, respect for the dead is also definitely a thing, but if you're going out specifically hunting, there's no use in leaving it behind. We don't hunt for trophies.
Perfect,
Is
perfect.
essentially.
I wanted to make sure that if something happened and we came across a perished humanoid, that there wouldn't be any concerns or problems from me regarding your use of said dead humanoid. Not a fan.
No, generally, we try not to hunt sentient beings.
Good to know. Excellent.
Trying to
But
decide if
what
that's
Does
racially
someone
insensitive or
with dark
not.
vision who can see in this dark care to lead us through the cave?
I don't know about dark vision, but I can see pretty well.
Perfect.
I
I can
will,
also see okay, I see as I wave the lantern around.
oh yeah. It's like someone with dark vision, we say, as we have a giant source of light.
Oh, that's fair. Would you, Dell, I don't want to put you in a position where you must go first. Would you like to hand me the lantern and I can lead?
Oh god, yes.
Oh, be careful, it's a special magic lantern. It turns green when there's Chwinga around.
When there are Chewinga, you said.
Yeah, Chwinga.
You have a Chewinga tracking lantern?
Yeah. You don't?
For what purpose? No.
Tracking Chewinga.
For the purpose of tracking Schwinga.
Yeah, exactly.
For
Are you in the
research
business
purposes.
of Are you in the business of Chewinga tracking?
Apparently now, yes. Someone is
Currently,
paying us to track some Chwinga for them.
Understood. All right, Corey, I will take the lantern. In terms of having the lantern and moving, like turning the angle on my character, how would I go about that?
So when you look at your character, when you click on it, it should have like 4 little blue, whatever you want to say, on the top. And there's another little blue box connected by a little, how you want to say, I don't know, it's like a little
Line.
Yeah,
doggle at the top.
there's a dongle. The only
Connected
problem
by,
is for me,
how
it
you
goes
say, a
directly
little
underneath
dongle.
this little dongle.
Hold on, let me move Levi really fast. Okay, so I have.
Oh, okay.
When I click on my character, I'm supposed to see what now?
I'm about to change it yet, so you're not going to see anything until just a
Oh,
second.
okay.
There's a little blue box and a line coming up the top of your character. It's probably right
Yeah.
on top of your health bars and stuff.
Yeah, depending on your zoom
Uh-huh.
level, mine was being hidden by it was being hidden by the little circle that had my health in it. So I had to zoom out to get it to work.
Cool. I see it now.
Excellent. All right. So
In
yeah.
that
So
case,
now Levi has the directional. Now remember, it's directional. Anything that you shine your lantern on, they can see that light as
Of
well.
course.
Um,
Of course.
You could
That's true.
also just douse the lantern and follow Rosemary.
Yeah, I mean, I can see without the light. I'm not very stealthy, but I can see.
Bita, you would prefer to go in blind?
We can always
No,
turn the
I'm
lantern
scared.
back on. The only thing is
appear-
there's probably a Verbeeg in here who will definitely see our lantern light.
There also, it would. How do I phrase? Hold on. Thinking on it. Little bit longer.
Take your time.
Levi just blinked.
Rosemary's just sitting patiently like she's used to this.
I forgot.
It's okay.
You guys can see just a little sliver of light just right up here.
Oh, that's what that is.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah. Which you saw earlier. You're aware there's some sort of light source coming in for whatever is around the corner. So you're
Alright.
slightly aware there is some light in the cave, but it you guys think you can all see that the cavern is going to curve off to the left and to the right, but there's no light coming from the right.
Yeah, my only worry is that wherever this light is coming from, if we can see their light, they can see our light.
Okay, so now, if I extinguish the lantern
Yes.
and I walk along the wall, would
Like Spider-Man?
no along the wall,
Okay.
not on the wall.
Like the famous man spider?
Yes, just like that.
Are you referring to Drow?
Maybe. Yeah, the drow man spider. You ever heard of him?
Would,
Sorry,
would
we're
we
getting
be
that
able
nonsense.
to? Would we be able to look look around the corner and kind of get an idea what we're dealing with? Sans lantern.
Yes. If you get up there, you can. I would allow you to roll some stealth to see if you can peek around the corner, and then I'll move your characters for you so you can kind of get a good look and
boy.
then put it right
It
back.
is also, it is also a hooded lantern. I imagine you can close it, yes? The aperture.
Yeah, we can close it for now and then open it when and if we
Right.
need it.
So closing it does still give you 5 feet of dim light.
That
That's
works.
not too bad.
So it's not. It doesn't. You're not going to have light really shining everywhere, but you still are holding something that is light. Is like a light, slight light, small
Yeah.
light.
Okay.
As they're fucking with a lantern, sorry, excuse my language. Rosemary's just gonna come up and like.
Ma'am,
peek
this
around.
is not a mature channel. Please, what do you think we are?
Should be.
We are children here.
I have.
We are all children
Excuse
of
me,
God.
sir. I have never heard a swear before.
Much less said one.
All right.
Sorry, I
so
didn't know that it was a swear word because I don't use that kind of language. You dirty, dirty bird.
Levi, are you gonna draw the hood over your lantern right now?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
And save.
I'm gonna
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
hold
it's
my
okay, it's
arms
okay.
out and start wandering, see if I can find a cave wall. Other
Rosemary
than
just like looks back. Is like, I don't know what's wrong with you guys, but I can see fine.
Yeah.
A tree. A
Can
wall.
I see what this is?
Del. Hey,
I'm
it's over here. This way.
I'm making my way.
Downtown,
Bumped in the
downtown.
back of Pete.
Bita
Yeah.
will.
I want to show you guys for a
walking
second.
lightly and
what's
take
gonna
kind of a
happen.
stealthy stance.
That's a good plan.
Stealthy. Yeah. All right. Rosemary, are you just going guns ablazes in there?
I guess seeing that they are stealthing, I will also stealth. I am
should we
bad
all
at stealth.
You
also
all
not great at
should
stealth.
probably stealth, but you don't have to.
Feeling sneakish.
Feeling
Feeling the
sneakish.
sneakish. Yes. We are feeling the sneaking. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. All
Ooh,
right.
clutch
Feeling
save.
that
Come.
sneaking.
Feeling that
Clutch.
So so as you guys begin to walk down the cave wall,
See where I'm
just give you a
going.
brief description of what the cave and the cavern generally feels like. So going forward,
What's it
so-
smell like? Lead with smell.
okay. So
I'm
actually,
not sure if I want smell because there's a very strange, curious yellow-brown pool over here.
yeah. So that's next thing I was about to say is yes, it does smell horrible, like probably one of the worst smells you guys have smelled in quite a little bit. Coming from that weird pool, that pit that's to your north of Rosemary and I guess everyone else, but I don't know how many of you guys can really see it. So yes, it is a terrible smell that does not. It's not pleasant. You're not. It's not enticing. It's not like, hey, come and get a big waft of me.
Oh god. I'm gonna take
I
my
did a
scarf
history
and like
check to
wrap it
determine
around my
if
nose and
it
mouth.
reminded Beta of any like traditional Goliath. Did not.
No, it did not.
Well,
It reminded
considering
you
my
of.
stealth roll of 4, Levi goes, "It smells horrible in here."
It's gross.
There's a slight echo as your voice kind of just smells horrible, horrible, horrible.
Beta's head slowly turns. In the darkness, he just seethes and
And you
and
hear-
draws his other hand axe.
You hear from deep within the cave some rustling. Big. It feels like a boom, but then silence once again.
Oops. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's leave.
Beta will distance himself a little.
Rosemary, from her position, will say, "I see. There's a campfire and a cart. It looks like over that way."
A cart?
Is the
Yeah.
camp
Carts mean
casting any
people.
light?
The campfire.
Yeah, we see
is-
like this little sliver.
Yes, it is coming out. There is light coming from the campfire.
Is this like a window or like a hallway right here?
Ping.
Oh, okay. It's just that there's a corner.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
a slight corner.
So coming from the left, now that you're right,
Wait.
almost as if it's right around the corner, Rosemary, you hear a followed by a
Now?
Oh god.
Okay.
There's a very upset sheep. I
Yes.
think. Maybe a goat. Don't know. Some sort of mammal.
There is some sheep. Bitte, can you see all those animals that are below you?
Yes, I can, and that really weirded me out that I could suddenly see just tons of goats. I don't think the goats are meant to look evil, but they look evil.
They are very evil looking goats. Like
Yes.
that's the most evil goat portrait I think you can choose.
So yeah,
Any
definitely
second now, I
in.
expect it to sit up, and it's just going to be bare chested with children at its feet.
Oh, in the middle of this cave, there's a bonfire that you just rounding the corner, you're hit by some relatively warm air, and you're also hit by the scent of the most amazingly tasting or smelling roasting meat. I mean, you walk in and it's like you guys walked into the back, like to the barbecue pit of a Michelin star chef. That's my description of how wonderful this meat smells.
After walking past a ton of porta potties outside.
Yeah, it could be the relativeness, but it is very enticing. Additionally, there are goat and sheep that are held in a spacious animal pen with just a crude wooden fence. And back to what I was trying to describe earlier. So, for the most part, the walls of this cavern, the ceiling is about 30 feet high. There are occasional icicles more so in the, there's no icicles here in the cave with the bonfire, but there were icicles up on the ceiling for the cave, the hallway that you're walking through, as well as any really hallway that doesn't have a significant heat source going through it. And at this time, as you guys walk in, the blizzard is now raging full on outside. So when you walk back outside, you may find that your vision is severely limited.
I am going to, while we're in here, I can spend a minute to ritually cast Speak with Animals.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to start doing that. Hopefully I will be able to hang out here for a minute without a Verbeeg showing up.
Yeah.
What does
For
it look
most-
like when you ritually cast Speak with Animals?
That is a good
she has
question.
Verbal and somatic components, so I imagine she just kind of like starts trying to drawing shit in the air and like muttering under her breath.
What are you drawing in the air?
Arcane symbols and shit. I don't know, druid stuff.
Arcane symbols, she says, as she is a druid.
Oh, it's magic shit. It's because it says it has somatic is like movement, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I was just trying to give flavor to the somatic component. I wasn't expecting to be quizzed here.
She
You
does
see-
like the wave with her arms.
I just start doing the wave, I make little goat horns.
She starts
She
performing
dabs a
like,
couple times.
some really complicated calculus.
Mhm.
That's arcane, right?
Mhm.
That's definitely something the druids really know. They're like, yeah, they're all math majors. You didn't know that? That's how they
Yeah,
understand
with my
the universe.
intelligence modifier of 0.
Hey, you
Clutched it.
clutch. There you
This
go.
whole time
It's
they've
cool.
just been
Hey,
doing
don't worry,
organic
me too.
chemistry.
So are
All
there
right.
like people in here? Does anyone see anything?
So far, you guys have not heard anything more than the crackling of the fire and the goats. Every now and then they scream, and the sheep go by, and the sheep look like they're wolves.
Peek around this.
Look at
little-
this.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so you'll find as you guys, because you really can't see much, but once you get to where you can see the light, you can start to see a lot more.
Mhm.
I come and stand very close behind Dell and like look over and around him.
Your
Around
bare,
the corner.
your bare chest just like pressing against him.
Oh yes.
Oh, it's that sort of podcast. Isn't it?
Hey guys, sorry about this. We're gonna take a little segue here.
Levi-
will come around to this corner and just kind of peek around it while Rosie is casting.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you're. So yeah, you can kind of let me move your character real quick so I can give you just a little peek. Whoop.
So-
You see that? And back.
Back.
So what you basically go back. What you basically saw was a couple of barrels, a couple of crates, a wagon that seems to be in disrepair. There is also an axe sitting next to the wagon, as well as just a bundle of what looks to be adventuring gear. And you can see that right now. It's right here at the bottom of this.
Okay, but no creatures, no entities.
No, there does not seem to be any sort of living things that is not a sheep or a goat in here. And now that you've gotten a little bit closer, Bite, you notice that each of the sheeps and each of the goats has a leather collar with a small little metal tag on it.
Do they all appear to be natural sheep and goats?
Yes.
I love how the ones down here are the only ones with labels. Sheep and goat.
That's because the other ones are sheep and are goats. These two are named sheep.
Sheep and goat. Sheep and goat.
No. That's not true.
Ite, do you see anyone?
We've cracked the code.
What do you see?
The room appears to be empty.
Okay.
There's some supplies and a lot of goats.
Okay.
Have
Levi
I...
walks out into the room.
Oh my god.
okay.
Have I finished casting my spell?
You have finished casting your spell, yes.
Okay.
I'm going to come
All right.
up.
Give
As
him
long
a
as he don't,
pretense
as
of
long as he doesn't
sneaking.
see anyone, I'm gonna come up and start talking to the sheep and the goats, and say, "Hello, friends."
All right. So you guys walk into this room.
I'm gonna wander over to these barrels,
Walk in.
start rifling through shit.
As you guys start walking in, you do notice coming from this hallway off to the left, there seems to be a slight light source. Nothing that's casting his light into here, but there are shadows playing in that cavern that are just a bit weird to have been coming off of the bonfire. Outside of that, you hear some snoring coming from the north cavern now that you're around that corner.
North. Okay,
Is
that way.
Not north cavern, north hallway, sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't see that at the
Leave-
time, so I was like, "What?"
The
Levi draws his greatsword and moves just to stand in this hallway to make sure to kind of get more of a lay of the land.
All right.
But it doesn't go too far in.
Is the axe and the adventuring gear in this cabin past the campfire?
No, it is right next to that wagon right there.
Okay. So
So
Bita
it's like leaning against it.
Bita is still moving in like full stealth mode, even though he's just in firelight.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
he's
Bita,
like
as you
crouching, which is probably a good thing anyway, giving his, like 8.5 foot stature.
Yeah, and as well as as you start to like kind of creep a little bit closer, we're still assuming you guys are making your interactions based on your initial stealth roll, but I'll ask you again when you start to touch. So whatever you had for your initial stealth, that's your moving around. Okay, if you decide to interact with anything, I'll ask you to roll stealth again. But Bitte, as you walk
Oh
closer
god,
to
so
the
Levi's just been stomping this whole time, huh?
yes, he has. So as you as you walk closer to that wagon, Bitte, you catch the backside of a large hulking figure down that hallway
Down the hallway to the south or the hallway to
to that way.
West.
Can you not see anything down there?
Ooh, I see a large token that says Verbig Marauder.
Yes.
Oof.
So you're,
Could that
you're
be?
yeah, he has not noticed you. He seems to be kind of going through some motions like he's scraping something against something else, just
Right.
repeatedly over and over. You hear very lightly just shunk, shunk, shunk. That's a terrible sound, but
So
yeah.
there's adventuring gear and a large axe in the
yes.
thing. Okay. Does the axe look about sized for the Verbig?
It does not. No, it's a bit smaller. Has a lot of very intricate kind of writing on the side of it. It's like it's a double bladed battle axe.
Okay, interesting. Bita will
How dare you?
will go ahead and pick it up.
All right. Roll me a stealth check as you attempt to pick this axe up.
Also, just I'm not going to interrupt this, but like as this is happening, I do want to have a conversation with the goats and sheep.
Yes. We'll wait till his stealth. And actually, Bitte, you roll your stealth. Let's go to Rosemary. Okay, good. Let's go to Rosemary over here.
17.
Excellent. Okay, so Rosemary, what are you doing with those goats?
I will say, have you guys seen a big giant man? Does he live here?
Ah! Yes.
Has he been
Like
treating you well?
Ah!
The
Yes.
implication is that they scream and then just respond.
You know.
For everyone else, you hear the scream. For Rosemary, she hears the scream and the words.
Is one of them doing the
Yes, the goat in the back has turned towards the wall and is licking the edge of the cave where some
goat
ice
named
seems to. Yes, the goat named Goat. He's just licking the edge of the cave right there in that corner where ice seemed to have kind of made its way down. Water made its way down and froze right in front of him.
He craves that mineral.
Yes.
I will say, has he killed or eaten any of you?
Ah! Never.
How long have you been here?
Ah!
Ah!
What is time to a
The
goat?
concept of time is terrifying.
I don't know.
65 cans ago.
I'll say, do you prefer him to your previous owners?
No previous owners.
Nope. But they have, can I look at what one of their little name tags says? Or like,
Oh, yes.
you said they have like collars with brass tags, yeah?
Yes.
What do the tags say?
So the tag on the goat that's
Let's get
right
down to
there.
brass tags.
The tag on the goat that's
done.
right there, his name is Exvala.
Exvala. Okay.
Xvala.
Xvala. So he's like just labeled and named his goats.
The
I'm-
goat behind, from what you can see, the sheep to the bottom right of that goat is named Bob. The sheep to the left is named Vormir. And the sheep to the bottom is named Butcher.
Butcher.
Yeah, I'm just looking around my room for names right now.
There's a butcher in your room?
Yes, and the next one is called Epichlorohydrin.
Yeah. So it was
Giant.
Rosemary's plan to try to cause a sheep and goat uprising to get them to attack the Verbeeg. But the Verbeeg doesn't seem to have eaten any of them. Or killed any of them.
No, from what you can tell from your small interactions with him, they seem fairly happy.
It's like, do you have any complaints?
More food. And it kind of just looks towards one of the crates over there, almost as if it's just like poking. It's looking at that crate right over here. It just stares at it after it says food.
I will come over to this crate and look inside of it.
All right. So as Rosemary's looking inside the crate, Bitte, you did successfully, stealthily pick up the axe and the adventuring bundle. I assume just packing it under your arm. Dell, what are you doing over there with those barrels in that crate?
Rifling through shit. I'm not gonna take
Rifle.
like a crowbar to anything, but if I can open any of these, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Also,
Grab
seeing the Verbeeg, anyone who's not immediately engrossed in another activity, Bito would kind of wave and go and put do kind of like a rock and roll symbol with his hands and put it above his head to like indicate, ooh, threat or something. I don't know.
Party on, BT.
And point down the hall and kind of bare his teeth a little and kind of make a claw out of his hand and hold it up.
All right.
Up to his mouth to indicate,
smiling at
ooh,
us.
scary monster, this way.
Dell, roll me a stealth as you try to rifle through those crates and barrels. And Levi, are you facing down the hallway or facing towards Bitte?
I was facing down the hallway. I imagine after a few seconds, he probably turned back to watch what was going on in the room.
Right. You probably have you're facing west, so you're kind of looking at both ways almost.
Yeah, I have my back to the wall there.
So you definitely caught what Bitte was doing, but everyone else is looking away. And Dell, you're very easily able to crack open those barrels with ease, almost too easy.
The greatest of ease.
So in the barrel,
Levi is watching intensely.
barrels contain
Having
salt
Levi actually
and
notice
pepper.
is probably the worst. The worst thing you could do for stealth. What are you doing over there?
And the other crate is just full of torches that are unlit.
Ooh.
I don't think I needed to say they're unlit.
It's
Just
so
open it up.
with
There's the
torches.
flaming.
Yeah.
Open it up. Jesus.
Open it up, and there's just like this escape of like a fireball blows up. He's just like, okay, well.
Now all of China knows you're here.
Rosemary,
Now all
you
of
can,
10 towns knows you're here.
and Rosemary, you can roll stealth for the crate there.
Wish
And then-
me luck.
And
Can I
then
do
we
guidance on myself?
Yeah.
most definitely.
I'm gonna do that because I'm bad at things. So
Now I did have a question though. Does guidance require a vocal component?
it does. It's vocal and
Okay.
somatic.
So Roll
Wait, actually,
stealth.
guidance is also concentration, but I feel like speak with animals is concentration. Wait, no, it's not concentration. Okay, so I can do
Yeah,
both.
I feel like speak animals would not be concentration.
Yeah.
But okay, so your stealth roll for both guidance or for both the opening the crate will also cover your stealth roll for guidance.
Okay. Oh, I got a 20. So I
Oh.
don't actually need that guidance.
Yeah, I guess.
Roll that
I'm
d4
not-
anyway.
Now that I'm wondering, I'm like, how would it work? I guess.
Yeah,
I guess.
just like retroactively add a d4 to the thing that I wasn't stealthy doing to begin with.
I guess now that
But-
I'm thinking about it more, if you had rolled really low stealth initially, that would have been your guidance roll, and then you could have added guidance to your opening of the crate. So you could have fucked up, but then also recovered. Get it? Anyways, it doesn't matter because you got a 20. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
So now I have a guidance banked for the next in-game minute.
yes. So yeah, you open it up and it has straw. And the second you crack open that crate, you begin to hear just
I'll turn around
Which
and like
you-
put my finger to my lips and say, "It's
which
time
you
to be
hear.
time to be
You
quiet."
hear- they're just screaming food at you. Food! Food!
Damn, dude, be cool. We're trying to help.
I will pick up the crate, bring it over, and dump it out in here.
Oh God. Okay.
The whole thing.
Yeah. So roll me stealth again for picking up the crate and dumping it over, because that's
Jesus.
definitely.
This one I do need my guidance on. I got a 9 instead of a 6.
Hey, let's see how attentive that.
Fingers crossed for a negative wisdom modifier.
Levi blinks at the surprising show of not surprising, but the show of strength to pick up a whole crate. Not that he knows what's in it, but
Just in case we're
Rose
about to launch
is a
into
half orc, so
something,
like she's
I'd like to mention I'm taking this shit.
Ooh. So Bitte, you've been kind of keeping your eyes on the Verbeeg, and the first thing that you notice is it's his head pops up as soon as Rosemary starts to move that crate. He's in the process of moving his head, turning around, looking towards you.
Bitha will skirt further around the crate, or not the crate, the wagon that he's standing beside, to put the wagon between him and the Verbeeg, and is going to motion towards Rosemary, hopefully before she full on dumps it. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Stop,
trying to get the goats to stop screaming at me.
Verbeeg.
is the Verbeeg here or is the Verbeeg up here?
Verbeeg's over here.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought.
I thought Dell was loudly asking.
Hey, do you guys see a Verbeeg? But a quick question: how many torches are in this crate?
Oh God, a lot. I mean, like as many
A
torches
barrel
could
full.
fit. Yeah,
A
I mean,
barrel
as many torches could fit in a crate. We'll say
I'm gonna take 10
There-
torches.
30.
Start
Yeah, let's go with 10.
Packing them away.
Yeah, you can start packing them away.
Yeah, just like set down my backpack and just start packing torches in.
Okay, all right. Let's say you get about 7 or so before you kind of run out of room of how to keep them. That's inside your pack. You can begin to strap them on the outside if you'd like as well.
Start bundling up like firewood. You never know
Um,
when you're gonna need a torch.
So, anyways, Bitte, I need you to roll me a stealth is when you try to hide behind that wagon. Rosemary, are you going to continue with the crate?
Would it not be
I
using
feel
the
like
same
she
thing?
has it like hefted up, so like her arms are full and it's kind of like a little bit above her head, but she just kind of like stops and looks at Bitte and then like looks towards here and like pauses.
Yeah, and you guys hear down the tunnel, friend? Sorry. Friend? Friend, that you? And the
Would like
Verbeeg.
to hide behind these barrels.
All right, so Dell, roll me stealth for that. Bitte, need your roll. You need your stealth roll for behind the wagon as the Verbeeg is beginning to turn around. He stood up. He sets down what you now see to be a small sharpening stone and a small dagger. kind of a brown dagger at that, a little bit jagged as well.
Would the stealth roll that he did beside the wagon not carry over?
No, that was for your picking up.
All right.
So this is kind of like in your rush to go around, you have to kind of just. So
As he kinda
Perfect
turns
timing.
to go
The
over
first
the edge of the
natural
axe,
one of the
it's-
public campaign.
It's
Hell
the
yeah.
one of the like steel girders on the wheel of the wagon.
Yeah.
Clang!
And
And
the
he just
Verbeek,
freezes, and he's just like,
definitely now standing up and began, and he's like, friend, I told you no. You know that. Doug said no.
Doug?
Doug said no.
And it begins to.
Levi is going to start moving this way.
Rosemary, I think knowing that the jig is up, she's just gonna drop the box, run over here, and see if she can get this open. She's like, "Be free, be free!"
So the Verbeek kind of takes a couple of steps and immediately freezes because it sees Bete right there. You're kind of like trying to cover up the sound that you had just made, and he sees the top of your hat from behind the wagon, and he's like, "Dog, see you. You know, friend."
Bitta is going to go ahead and stand up to his full height and say, "New friend. Hello. My name is Bitta Yetimated. It is a pleasure to meet you. You are Doug?"
Verbeek kind of stops for a second when you say his name. He raises up his spear. He starts taking a couple more steps forward. Yes. Me, Doug. Who are you?
My name, as I said, is Bitta Yetimated.
Hey! Hurry! You, green girl. Stop that.
I'd freeze.
What you doing to my pets?
Having a nice conversation. They're hungry.
They not hungry? I just fed them.
They say they want more food.
How you know? You
'Cause
speak
I
to
don't-
pets?
Yeah. They say you're a very nice owner. They like you a lot. They just want more food.
How I know you tell truth?
What's something I can ask them that only they would know?
Oh my god.
What friend name?
I will turn and say, "What's friend name?"
Ah! Friend.
I'll turn back and say, "They say friend."
Huh. He's contemplating it for a second. He's kind of lost his edge a little bit when it comes to his kind of spear straight up. He's just okay. He puts his spear down. Okay. What you gonna do?
Slowly lowers his greatsword so that he doesn't look as menacing if the Verbeek comes around the corner.
What you do, green girl? Do you hurt Doug feeling?
I don't intend to. We're here to get the good meat back. And also ask why you killed the town speaker.
Who town speaker? And you can't take take mead. Doug need mead for Gog. Gog.
Gog?
Yes. Doug need mead for Gog. You can't take mead.
Who is Gog?
Gog, beautiful woman. Beautiful. Best, most pretty woman in all of the land.
Well, town also need mead.
Town make
Can we come to agreement? Maybe leave you some mead?
Verbeek starts to take a couple more steps forward. And as he comes around the corner, he sees now Levi and doesn't quite see Dell yet. But he pulls his spear right back up again and points it at Levi. Hey, what here? Who you?
I am Levi.
And Dell, from behind, as well as I guess really everybody, you hear some rustling, some movement coming from the tunnel to the north.
God, there's so much
Some
wrestling in this game.
heavy footsteps start pounding and echoing through that tunnel.
I assume that is friend.
The Verbeek's taking another step forward. Too many of you here. Why you and Doug home? She here for mead. What you here for? Pointing at Levi.
I am here looking for a halfling named Arten that I believe may have wandered into this cave or was taken into this cave. Do you know anything about that?
Doug not know no halfling.
You may think of him as quarterling. Does that
Doug,
help?
Doug,
Yeah, it would be about my size.
Doug,
Ruth holds up her little 6'3".
Doug don't know no halfling orc size for sure. Doug see many small people here in 10 towns.
Just watching all of this, like from behind the barrels.
The footsteps continue to echo around.
Doug, have there been any small people besides us here in this cave?
You catch his eyes glance towards the roasting pit over the bonfire, and then turns back towards you. No, Doug no see small people in cave.
I would
Do
like to roll
Do I
insight.
notice that glance towards the fire?
Oh.
Levi, you can roll insight, and Rosemary rolls perception to see if you caught that glance.
It will help with that.
You most definitely did, but
That's
Ben,
my hate.
you just kind of think that he looked right over at Rosemary. You don't think anything of you don't think he's telling a lie.
Yeah. makes
Can
sense.
I look towards the roasting pit and see if I see any halfling sized roasts?
The leg, which there's no foot, it's just a kind of like the
A haunch.
the thigh. Yeah, a haunch. Exactly. That's the word I'm thinking of. Which is turning on the roasting pit. You could reason it would be about halfling size, but at the same time, it could be any number of animal size as well. But
Rosemary is going to assume it's a halfling due to the glance, and also just narrows her eyes and says, "Doug, we haven't lied to you. Why are you lying to us?"
And from the top of the tunnel, you hear this just large creatures kind of move around. The tunnel seems to be a bit too small for him to make his way through, so he's kind of smashing against the wall, dragging a club behind him. He sees you, Rosemary, and all you hear is this loud, reverberating friend smash as he rushes right at you. The Verbeek Doug's like, "No, friend, no!" And the friend, as he's running, turns his head towards Doug, loses his footing, and just comes to a sliding halt. His legs in the bonfire, his hand just kind of his head smash and dragging along the floor right in front of you, Rosemary. And then he rolls over and starts just kind of rolling off of the stop, drop, and roll almost. But he's not very smart. And so as he rolls away, he rolls right back into the fire again, and then rolls away and rolls right back into the fire. The piece of meat that was over the fire now just falls into it, filling the cavern with even more delicious smells. And the bonfire kind of collapses a little bit as well. Doug's over there. Friend, help, friend, no! And Doug kind of just steps aside, steps towards there, and pushes friend out of the way.
Levi motions to Dell to get down the tunnel behind him. If he can do that quickly.
Like that way?
Yeah, down this way. And Levi's going to back up here.
See what you
takes a step back.
See what you did to Doug, friend. All this commotion. Friend have burnt foot now.
I'll say
That
I'm
is
very
not our
sorry
fault.
about that, but the halfling had a much more burnt foot because you put it in the fire.
Ah, halfling chopping down wood in my forest is fair game, I say.
Wait, no! No. You mean it... You killed the halfling?
Doug wandered upon halfling trapped under log. Yes.
Was the halfling dead when you got there, or did you kill it?
Well, Doug always taught to use every part of body, so
I've heard that before.
Yeah, but was it dead when you got there, is the question.
Doug made use of what was going to be
Was
Mush-
going to be.
mushroom food. So no, Doug no kill. Doug may have finished off though.
Say,
Doug,
didn't your mother ever teach you not to eat sentient people?
Doug, listen to me very carefully. That halfling was important to me. I needed something from him, and now he is not here.
Is this Doug problem?
It is now, because you've made it my problem.
Oh, and he kind of like straightens himself up and slams his steer on the ground. Oh, we have problem then? At this point, Friend has kind of gotten over. He's sitting on the ground. Imagine Peter from Family Guy going with his knee. He leaned back against that crate and completely smashed it. So he's just kind of
he's like sitting on top of a whole bunch of hay right now, is what you're saying.
Yes, a little bit of the hay is smoldering still. And Doug now is kind of
honestly. Do I think that things are going to escalate into a fight in the next 30 seconds?
It's hard to, but they are definitely facing off.
Levi starts to grow.
Grow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, he starts to kind of bulk up and expand a little bit. If you've seen Seven Deadly Sins, kind of Escanor style, as he goes into a rage.
Rosemary is going to try to throw open this pen and say, "Go get the food."
Doug's head immediately whips right over to Rosemary, and he puts a hand up. Doug's like, "No, leave Pet alone." And as you throw open the gate, none of the animals move.
Okay.
Here safe, they say.
I say, okay, and I'll move in there with them.
I'm just kind of sliding around the entrance of this cavern, seeing if there's anything over here.
Yeah, keep on going. I'll let you know. Do you see anything while we're having over here? So yeah, the Verby kind of takes a couple of steps now away from.
I've got an ear. I'm listening to everything that's happening, though. I'm not just oblivious.
He makes his way around the bonfire and looks to Rosemary with these very intent eyes, full of concern, and he's just
say, "I'm not going to hurt him."
What you? How Doug know? These Doug pet. Doug found these. Doug freed pets. They live in harmony here.
Freed them from who?
There were
human
livestock
overlords.
going missing.
Doug say.
There were livestock going missing in Goodmead. Wasn't there, or am I missing?
I mean, they said that the goats said that they didn't have a previous owner. What did Doug say?
I mean, you gotta also realize that the goats probably have an intelligence of like 3, 2.
Yeah, the goats are dumb as shit.
What did what say?
Doug said something at like the same time as Bitte, and I couldn't hear both.
I believe it was how Doug know.
I say, have I given you any reason to think I would hurt your pets?
Doug.
I talk with them. They're good. They're good pets.
Doug see Rosemary in pen. Only Doug allowed in pen. Friend not even allowed in pen.
Well, Friend is big and falls over and gets his foot in the fire.
Exactly. Rosemary's small big too. So what if you step on sheep?
I will not.
It was
Yes.
very small. Big.
That's
I'm small big.
Doug's favorite sheep right there. Doug's favorite sheep.
I
Come
will
fly-
give the favorite sheep a good scratch on the head.
No. He kind of like he raises his spear up to like get ready to throw. No touch.
Beta will take this opportunity to slip the adventure pack that he picked up over his arms, like forwards, like a boy in middle school. You know?
Yes. Like it's in front of you.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, everybody, and welcome back, Carson. Sorry about that. It seems that I'm going to steal this from what Rosemary said, is that Oral did not really enjoy me taunting her with the fact that Texas is also in an icy tundra and decided to take my power out. And it took a while to get it all back up and running, but we are back. Just to describe a little bit what was happening beforehand, the Verbeeg and the ogre named Friend, Verbeeg named Doug, have stumbled upon the slightly stealthy group of adventurers in their bonfire pin. At the moment, they're very tense. Levi has entered a rage. Del Nadre has, and he's not actually even on the picture, has shrunk a little bit, or not shrunk a little bit, has moved off. You can see up there at the top, kind of around the corner. Rosemary has entered into the pen, and Bete stepped aside as Doug kind of just has been ignoring everybody except for Rosemary, and the ogre is still kind of nursing his wound from when he fell into the bonfire. So let's get back into it. I believe where we last left off, Doug was he has his spear up targeting or looking at Rosemary because she is in the pin and he is not happy. Step away from Friend, please. Doug's friends, Doug's pets are not yours.
I say, who wants scritches? Who wants pets? And I hold out my hands and I do like the whole scritchy motion.
Under chin, please, says the sheep.
I will give under chin scritches. I say,
Doug,
you're a good sheep.
Doug's he's taken off. His tension is eased a little bit as he notices the pets seem very happy with you. And Doug kind of
I'm like, see, I told you I'm not gonna hurt him. I'm just chilling out because I'm nervous about you and your friend going a little buck wild.
Remind me, you said
I
Friend
am a
is
squishy
nursing...
druid. Huh, what?
You said Friend is nursing his wounds, right? What does that look like? Because he's right in front of me.
So very much the Family Guy Peter hitting his knee.
Okay.
Okay, we're back. Sorry, the stream troubles for a second. So Doug kind of looking at you, and he believes you. He seems to think that you're a friend of his pets, and so he puts his spear back down, and he's like, "Oh, Doug's sorry. Doug's very protective of Doug's pets, and it does seem that pets see you as friend, like Friend there. Although Friend has stepped on one before. And they are a little bit worried and tentative around Friend."
It's okay. I'm very good with animals.
Doug can see. So Doug kind of turns back around, inspecting the party. Doug puts his spear back down. Friends? We can talk. Yes?
Friends.
Friends. Okay.
I am upset that you have presumably eaten a halfling. That's very not great. I would prefer if you do not do that in the future. But at the moment, we can talk.
Just, Doug makes no promises like that. Halflings are very good meat. You should try some. And he kind of picks up the haunch from the bonfire. It's very charred, but he starts peeling off the charred skin to reveal just like almost like the flavors had gotten encased in like a good piece of brisket there.
You just really want us to be cannibals, huh?
No. He like points it over, holding over the edge of the pit towards Rosemary.
Rosemary is bristling.
Oh, okay. He turns towards Bitte. Try, friend? Yeah. Friends share meals. I know this because Doug and Gog will be sharing meals soon.
Come around the corner and put my hand on Levi's shoulder, just like, oh, there.
His head whips around. Doug's like, Doug. Oh, Doug not see this one. Sneaky, Doug. Says Doug.
Yes, very, very sneaky Doug.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Okay. Well, what Doug help you with?
Levi is just standing there seething. Like he is shaking.
I say there has been do I remember what the town speaker looked like?
He is a giant of a man. He had we'll say he's a ginger, kind of rough features, very rugged, very large, and you could give him a good description of Speaker Reek Sparrow. It's
I will.
Sorry, not Reek Sparrow. Reelsbarrow, Kendrick Reelsbarrow.
I will say there has been when you came to town to get the mead, there we are told that you killed the speaker, who's the tall ginger man. I'll give the description of him and say
yes, Doug kill him. Doug and Big Man had fight. Good fight. Doug did not mean to kill, but Big Man tripped on Doug's spear.
You tripped on your spear. And remind me, we investigated like the cause of death, and there was like a stab through the front and a stab through the back. Yeah.
Yes. And Doug,
so he tripped on your spear and stabbed.
There was an impale through his body because he was found like on a spear, and then there were also knife stab wounds from both the front and the back.
Okay, there were knife wounds. So he tripped on the spear, but did you attack him with a knife before that?
Doug does have a knife, yes. Doug used knife to defend himself. Is this problem? I don't understand.
I'm just trying to understand what happened. Why did you... I mean, he tripped on his spear, but why were you fighting him?
Let me tell you a story. And Doug kind of just sits down a little bit cross-legged, and he starts gesturing you guys to come around the fire. Come close. Yes, Doug tells story. We all friends here. He looks at
Rosemary is going to move to the front of the pen, but going to stay inside the pen and continue to give chin scritches to any animal who wants them.
Friend is like kind of he's gotten over his knee problem right now, and Friend is not as friendly with you guys. He's kind of growling a little bit as he looks around, but Doug looks over at the ogre and says, "Friend, these friends. You my friend, these my friends, these your friends.
We're all friends here."
And the ogre kind of says, "Oh, all friend. Me friend. You friend?
We friend.
Yes, friend.
That confusing. I call you white boy." Points at Doug. And turns over to Bitte. "I call you tall white boy." Goes over to Rosemary. "You big green girl." And other one is and you sparkly chest. As he points to Levi. It's like, okay. Doug's like,
Does Levi's chest sparkle?
I would say because he's not wearing a shirt and you guys are in this like warmer cavern, he might have some sweat on him.
And
You know,
also, he's
it's a-
raging and pissed off. So
Yeah, he's raging and like swelling, and he's got the good he's got the angles.
Look
he's
at
got
the
the
cut.
the campfire light really does wonders for his chiseled body.
And so Doug is like, yes. Well, Doug welcomes you to cavern. So sit down now to hear Doug's story.
I
Peter
will not.
Begin.
Okay.
Peter will begin rifling through the pack on his chest while he talks.
Doug looks over. Like, hey, that's Doug's. That pack Doug's. Give back
Where's it
pack.
from?
I found pack with halfling, small man.
Then it's
No.
Halfling's pack.
But with halfling no here, Doug gets it. This is
But
Doug's
we
house.
needed Halfling, so
She kinda-
we get it.
Doug stands up. Doug want pack back.
And I want the halfling back.
Doug no magic. Doug no magic. So Doug.
Well, then maybe because Halfling no come back, we get pack.
Roll me persuasion.
Oh God. 6.
No,
I had it.
no. Doug no. Doug finished off halfling. Halfling would have died. Doug
And
gave
the
halfling
speaker?
merciless death. Doug fought
Merciless
on merciful.
I'm like, holy shit.
Merciful death. Doug fought honorably with Speaker, gave him good death. Not Doug fault. Doug no start fight. Okay. Doug take step back now. Let Doug tell his story, then you give pack back.
Nexus leans
Doug
against
only
the wall.
want-
Not Nexus. Levi leans against the wall and crosses his arms.
Doug only want boots inside pack. Need leather for new. Oh my god. For a new collar. For pet.
Okay, maybe we can kind of maybe reach an agreement here. Like, you can take the boots. We probably don't need the boots, and everything else we can take. I mean, if you don't need it.
Over the table, we don't know what kind of boots those are.
We'll figure it out as it comes.
Okay. Doug story time now. Everybody shut up. Friend, shut up. Friend no say word. Doug say friend shut up now. Okay.
I didn't even do anything.
Okay. So Doug been looking for a present for Gog. You know Gog. Beautiful lady. Well, big lady. Beautiful lady Gog. So Gog come over. Gog, this Gog and Doug's first date. So Doug needs something good to taste to sweeten the mood. So Doug go to Goodmead. Doug think, I can take a cask. Many people have cask. Why not Doug have cask? So Doug been watching shipment, waiting, but can't quite seem to figure it out. Shipments come and go, and very hard to track all shipment. But one day, Doug's standing out in the forest. And as Doug's standing out in the forest, small man, stocky man, come up with his friend. Kind of young, stern look on his face. He come up, and they say very loudly in woods, when next shipment is. Very loudly. Doug easily overhear. So now Doug know when casket come. So Doug go to casket. He lie in wait in forest. There is casket. Casket is sitting on a sled. There are 3 caskets. Doug very excited. And there's nobody nearby except for short man and big giant man that Doug later fight and kill. As Doug okay, here we go. Sorry, I wasn't looking. I did not see the audio popping up on the stream, so I didn't want to keep talking. But, anyways, Doug starts sneak out. He go very sneakily. Doug make eye contact with Short Man, but Short Man not say anything. Unfortunately, Doug trip as he come close to casket. Big Man see and Big Man rush over. This is when Doug and Big Man fight. We fight pretty well until Big Man shouts and then falls on Doug's spear. As Big Man shouted and fell forward, Big Man's flaming sword cut Doug, and he kind of shows this. He like rolls up his sleeve, and you can see this cauterized wound on his shoulder. But Doug get what he wanted. Doug get casket and run into woods, while Short Man went off screaming. Doug no want to fight more members of Goodmead. Humans hold grudges. Not good for Doug Cavern if humans come in big numbers. Then Doug have to go and find new cavern, and Gog not know where Doug go, and then Doug may never know if Gog likes Doug.
I have a proposition. You want to give the mead to Gog, yes? You like Gog?
Yes, Doug like Gog, and Doug think that Gog like mead. Everybody like mead, so obviously Gog must like mead.
But you don't know if Gog likes mead.
Well,
you
Doug,
assume, but
Doug
you don't know.
Doug and friend like mead. We had one cask last night. We crack open for celebration.
But you don't know if Gog likes mead.
Doug not.
I would like to make a trade. If you let us rest here for the night to wait out the blizzard,
Ooh.
I will trade you 10 magic berries. And I can guarantee Gog will love them.
But if we have berries and nothing to drink, then would Doug and Gog's mouth not be dry? We need the mead to wash down, right?
Well, I also would be able to purify any non-mead drink for you, so that you will have the berries and fresh drink.
No. Doug no want water. Doug have plenty water. You know, see stream go out of Doug fresh water. Doug have freshest water here in 10 towns. Why Doug want purified fresh water?
Because it's even more refreshing.
Doug must see. Let Doug taste.
All right, I will have to wait until tomorrow morning because I have to change my spells.
So you say to Doug that he get magical drink, but you can't even show Doug magical drink?
I have done other magic to speak with the animals today, so I need to sleep before I can do more magic.
Doug no understand this magical
water takes a while to make.
Yeah, it takes time. All good things come with time.
But what if Gog show up? Now Gog can't have casket while we wait for magic water?
If Gog appears before we wake up in the morning, we can share some mead with Gog and see if Gog likes it.
Doug, let me share.
Doug not happy with this.
If you give Gog cask right away, you know, she's got no time to build up to it. She wants you to make her wait for some special water.
But if Doug make God wait, but Doug not have mead for when waiting is done, then how then just Gog has magic water and that's it? Doug not like that plan.
I think she'll like the magic water a lot more than the mead. Plus, if you've got the mead, that's just going to send a whole bunch of people up here to find your cavern, which you said you don't want. If we
Yeah,
take the mead,
people are very mad that the mead is gone, and because they are mad, they sent us, and if we do not return, they will send more people.
Del, roll me a persuasion for your waiting.
Can I give him guidance on that?
Most definitely.
All right, so you have a D4 that you can add on.
Over the table. I don't know that Levi wants to make peace with somebody who's a thief and a murderer and leave them close to good mead.
That is true, but also we are level 1.
Yes.
I should also say
I'm
you're
aware.
you're not really that close to Goodmead. You guys are in the middle of this forest that, if I'm not mistaken, it took the party a good amount of time to walk through last session. Same for you, Levi. I mean, you know that this is it is still in a forest adjacent to Goodmead, but it's not like they're within shouting distance. So
Yeah, we're like a full day's hike out.
Yeah, okay. Because I was tracking Artin from Brinshander to Goodmead, so
yes, and he kind of disappeared, went into the woods, and that is where you kind of picked up on the trail for the Verbeeg.
right.
Yes.
Someone is very angry.
You could hear a bad animal in the back. So yeah, Doug, looking at Dale now. Oh, well, Doug not know, but Doug must trust new friend, right? That's how friend work. That's how friendship work. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Doug trusts you. Okay. Yes. He kind of looks down, and you hear him like cock his ear a little bit to listen to the wind. Yes. Doug think blizzard be done in few day. You stay with Doug for a night, then you leave. Give water tomorrow. That way Gog no see you. Gog no like human.
And plus, as a show of friendship, we'll give you this pair of boots, and I reach into the adventuring sack. Make many good collar.
Okay. Doug liked this trade. Okay, so Doug get magic water. Magic water that better be very good. Doug kind of like looks over at Rosemary very menacingly.
I will
And
do
Doug-
my best.
And Doug also get 10 magic berries. She say 10 magic berries.
10 magic berries.
10 magic berries, yes.
That's a lot of magic berries.
And Doug get and Doug no understand how Doug get boots he already owned, but Doug okay with this. And
Doug, I would like to add one additional condition.
Doug listening. Angry man.
You are to leave the town of Goodmead alone. You are not to return there, and you are not to hurt anyone else ever again, or myself and the folks of the town will return here, and you will not like the effects.
Yeah, no more murder. Murder is bad.
Doug, no murder, no one. Maybe kill in respectful combat. Yes, Doug still defend. Doug, of course, Doug not liked by many in Tentown, but Doug leave Goodmead alone. Doug can go mess with Dugan's Hole. They angry people that other people don't seem to like either.
How does Beta feel about Dugan's Hole?
Well, it's very common knowledge in 10 towns that Dugan's Hole doesn't really like outsiders. And the people of Goodmead and the people of Dugan's Hole used to have like a big rivalry that has kind of calmed down over the years. There used to be like battles between the two towns. So for the most part, I would say Beta, you maybe been there a couple of times, but it's not a very welcoming place. For the most part, when you go down the road from Goodmead to Dugan's Hole, most of the time you just stay in Goodmead because it's a lot more friendlier of a town.
Gotcha.
And that would be the general gist of it, that everyone is understandable, that people from Dugan's Hole really only care about people from Dugan's Hole.
Rosemary will also say, Duke, you're big, strong, smart Verbeeg. Why do you steal so much from these towns? Surely
yes, Doug.
you can hunt in the woods, and then people in town would want the meat or the skins or even the bones, and you can trade those for things in town that you want, like boot or like mead.
Who trade with Doug? No one trade with Doug.
Well, they
Doug-
don't trade with you because you keep killing them.
Doug only kill things that fight him. Doug is pacifist at heart. Yes, Doug save animals. See pets. Each of them would have died at human hand, but Doug saved them. They live life here. They happy. You know this.
That's true. They are very happy. But
You
you
want
could
Doug-
also maybe
you want Doug to give goat back? They make goat meat. You eat goat in next few days. You go back to good meat with goat. Doug know this.
What if, I mean, the sheep make wool, the goats make milk. Surely other people want that, and it makes more than what just you can use.
No, Doug.
If we can talk with them and see if they would be willing to trade and
Doug,
willing
no.
to talk with you.
Doug has seen town people kill. They kill pets to make Big Blue Lady happy. Doug see Blue Lady. She tell Doug about evil human.
Oh,
But she know nice herself.
Who is this blue lady that you're referring to?
Doug no. She have face of owl, but beautiful voice. Doug see her many years ago.
Who is
You
this evil
you saw
human?
Oril. Yeah,
Doug
who is
no
the
know.
evil human?
Doug no know her name. Doug just know she have evil aura about her. Doug feel it in his bone. She very cold person.
Are you the human or the bird face lady?
They one and same.
They're both. Okay.
Bird face lady, size of human. So Doug say human. Doug no. Doug may have seen mask. But human lady, magic, very cold. Ice
You
freeze
know,
around
yes.
her. Ice
So
freeze. I'm sorry. Water
Ice-
freezes.
ice freezes around her. So blizzard outside is because of Blue Lady. It's colder now because of Blue Lady. So humans make sacrifices to try to make her happy, but it's not working.
Doug no. But Doug see that humans kill pets. And so Doug rescue pet. Pets are happy here. You know take pet. That is no part. Come on. Come
No,
now. Sit next to Doug.
All right, I'll come out and sit by the fire and kind of pat friend on the knee very lightly.
So
You know,
what do you want from Doug now? We trade boot, we trade magical water, we trade
Berries,
good berry, magic berry, 10
Magic berries.
magic berries,
10
and-
magic berries.
and you guys and you take casket. Doug have 2 casket. How about this? You take 1 casket, and you can have the empty casket. Maybe you say to people, "Uh-oh, casket break on way home."
I mean, as long as we return with 1.
Would also be perhaps an agreeable arrangement to tell them that we have exchanged 1 cask of their mead for assurance that incidents like this will not be repeated.
Yes, that would work.
Well, Doug hope that humans are as understanding as you are.
We will do our best to argue your case. But you have to not steal anymore, because when you steal, it makes people angry, and when they are angry, they will fight, and then that leads to death.
Okay. Doug no touch good mead. Only Dugan's Hall. Longer
Okay.
a trek for Doug, but me and friend, we got it. We can bring sled.
You can
We
also
kinda-
fight. You can also find things in the woods and not go to Dugan's Hole.
No. As you say, Doug noticed lots less things in woods since the world have got cold.
True. I would consider. We'll try to talk to Goodmead and maybe consider trading. You have lots
Right.
of good things that you can trade.
Well, Doug only trade with you. Doug no trade with human of good meat. They attack. See, Doug, they I don't know if Doug does not know if they are happy people with Doug right now.
Okay.
When
That's
people
fair. They're probably going to be angry about the speaker thing.
when people send you to Doug, what they say? Just bring back casket or kill Doug. And Frandel is in there. No, kill Doug.
I
No.
don't remember. What did they just say, like, hey, can you bring back the mead, or did they say go kill the Verbeeg?
They definitely the town people of Goodmead definitely made it very clear that your goal is to both avenge the speaker's death and return with the caskets, because until the speaker's death is avenged, Goodmead has put a moratorium on mead shipments coming out of Goodmead. So you have basically every other tavern in 10 towns just upset that nothing's happening.
But I have questions about. You said there was a short person who came out and shouted when the next shipment would be. Can you describe that person?
Was
it the same short person who was with the speaker when the speaker died?
Yes, Doug did not forget face, and Doug remembered his voice very, very.
All right, I think we can succeed in avenging the speaker if we just go back and say, hey, we know who's responsible for getting the shipment attacked.
When you fought with the big man, was the short person doing anything?
Yes, short person there, but he must be afraid of Doug because he always stayed behind big man.
Mm-hmm. And you say the big man just sort of fell onto your spear?
Yes, Doug fight. We be exchanging lots of blows, and then big man shout and then fall forward onto spear.
Oh, and the little man was behind him at the time.
The stream isn't picking. There it goes. Okay.
Over the table, there were stab wounds in his back, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Doug not sure. Big man blocked sight, but Doug no. Small man behind big man before big man fell forward.
Okay. All right. I think we have a case. And the forensic evidence is in our favor, I assume.
You've got a honest character witness that we can't use?
Levi finally sheaths his sword. I assume a minute has passed, so he has come out of his rage and he's kind of settled down a little bit.
I would think so, yeah.
And he
Ooh.
looks at Doug and he says, Doug, I need you to understand that you cannot go around stealing and killing people, or else you will bring upon the wrath of 10 towns. This is your chance. This is your chance to mend relations with 10 towns. We can help you learn to trade with them, but you cannot steal any longer. Do you understand?
Doug already say. Doug say he no touch Goodmead. Doug only touch Duganhole.
But
No,
even
that is
Dugan's
not an
Hole will
agreement
get
I'm
angry
willing.
with you.
I'm not willing to accept that.
But Dugan's Hole
cannot hurt anyone else.
Okay, roll me intimidation.
Can I give guidance?
Yes.
All right, so you got a D4.
Let me roll intimidation first, and then I'll add a D4.
Nice.
Doug believes you're very. Let me see.
That's a 23.
Yeah, Doug knows you are serious. Doug think it will be hard, but Doug will try. Doug give you his word.
It will be
friend-
difficult, but Doug will be able to get better
friend-
things this way.
from friend to friend. So
Doug,
go
I
on.
believe in second chances. I do not believe in third.
But does Sparkly Chessman believe in fourth changes?
No, Doug. I do not.
Okay. Doug do his best. Doug will do his best to not touch 10 towns. It's hard. Doug needs straw for a pet. Doug needs torches for himself. These things Doug can't make. And
Again, we can help you learn to trade.
Doug hope so. Doug hope just leave him here.
We will do our best.
Yeah, as a sign, as another show of good faith here, you can. Why don't you take a couple of our torches? I'm gonna pass 3 torches back.
The ones that you took.
Oh, Doug happy. See, Doug learned this how trade. What Doug need to give in exchange? Because Doug think if I just take torches, that's steal, right?
That is steel, but
Well,
we
you're
will
giving us
trade
the
for safe.
casks, so
So
it's
this,
like a
this part of that trade. Okay, Doug understand. Yes, Doug
Yeah.
grabs the torches from you and just throws them into the wagon. Okay, Doug happy. Doug have even more torches now. That crate over there full, so Doug might need to build new crate for more torches. Thank you, friend.
I will
it
also
does-
say, is there anything that you would like me to tell your sheep and goats for you? Because I can do that.
No, Doug can talk to them. They
Okay.
understand Doug. They go, ah! And they go, bah! And Doug see, yes. Doug know pets are hungry and give food. See, Doug understand pet, just like Green Girl.
Very true.
with all these goats you have, Doug, you could probably take some of that goat's milk and like ferment it, and
Make cheese.
then you wouldn't even.
Goat milk? What goat
Yeah.
milk? Goat. You mean yellow water? It does not taste good. No.
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 Doug no recommend drinking the yellow water. He tried once. Very curious. Not good.
Are there any
Never mind.
female goats in the group?
There are a couple of female goats, yes.
I will point one out, and I will, I guess, show Doug how to milk a goat.
All right. Roll me animal handling. Okay, so
10.
you begin to milk the goat, and it starts to scream. Ah! And you, how long does chat with or to speak with animal last?
It lasts
What?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, so it's probably still not going.
Yeah, I can, I guess before I do that, could I ritually cast Speak with Animals again?
Of course, yeah. So
And
as
just,
you're sitting there ritually casting it, Doug's like, he kind of like turns next to you and begins to copy what you're doing, thinking that this is part of milking the goat. So he's drawing these symbols in the air and mumbling along as you mumble in your actual wording and magical and nature magic, where he is just like Doug. And eventually, yes, you're able to get back into it, and so you hear the goat scream, "Ah!" Relief. But Doug's still confused. He's like, "Ah, whoa, Doug, what you do? What Green Girl do to goat? Goat scream."
I say, it's okay. And is there like a bucket or something that I can?
There's not a bucket in the cavern. Does anybody have anything to capture the milk with?
I have a water skin.
You don't
Yeah.
think there would be a bucket in the wagon?
No, the wagon's empty.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we have an empty cask. Can I just pull the empty cask
there you go.
over? It's gonna be a bit big, but like
The empty
it's
cask
made
is
for
not,
holding liquid.
it's not here, but you can ask Doug to see if he can go grab it.
Yeah, it's like, hey, can I see the empty cask?
Oh, yes. Okay, go Doug, and he looks over at friend. Doug need friend. Go get cask. One we drank yesterday. Friend's like, okay. He kind of just stomps off into the tunnel to the north. You hear him. You hear some crash and bang, and he goes, "Ow! This must be one." And he drags a cask from out there, and it's nice and empty. And he kind of just pushes it over here towards you, Rosemary, and it rolls and hits against the side of the fence for the pen.
We'll see if I can somehow finagle to.
So it's the size of a large barrel. So there's not really a way that you're going to be able to get this thing underneath the goat.
Can I put the goat on top of it? Like, set it up on its side. I've seen a fucking goat on a tightrope before. I know they can balance.
So do you want to just like lay the goat where it's like its belly is laying on top of the cask, or do you want to try to balance the goat standing on top of the casket?
I feel like, so I'm imagining you put a cask upright. It's open
Yes.
on the end.
Yes.
Like, and then the goat can stand on like the lip of the cask, like around the circle.
Okay, so it's gonna be like like a cat trying to go to the restroom in a toilet.
Essentially, yes.
Alternatively, Rosemary, if you need somebody to hold the goat and you can convince the goat to let Levi hold it, then Levi would do that.
Sure.
All right, so Rosemary and Levi began to kind of milk the goat, and
The fucking process.
and this white liquid comes out into the cask, and Doug's like, "Oh, is this is magic liquid you were talking about? Yes, this is what you. I didn't know it would go this quick." Doug surprised.
Sure. And once I've milked the goat, I'll like kind of motion to the cask and say, if you want to try it, it's good fresh, it's good chilled. You can ferment it to make cheese.
So he picks it up and pours it back, puts it down. Ooh, yum. Ah, Doug have new drink. God definitely like this
you
drink.
can make it as long as you have female goats, and they can be milked every day.
So if Doug tug on male goat, no milk?
No milk.
Why?
You know how you and Gog have different parts?
Do we?
Oh my god. I don't want to explain sex ed to a
Okay.
Have
Doug,
you ever seen baby goat?
No. Doug no have
Surprising.
baby goat.
Do goats never have babies here?
Doug no see no baby goat. And we just point to one of the goats in the back. That goat is fat though. Doug noticed that goat has been getting a lot fatter.
Oh, that goat will be having baby, and when the baby comes, the
Then
mom
Doug eat baby?
Doug no eat baby. Baby grow into big goat. And in order to do so, mother goat feed baby goat with milk.
So Doug get more pet.
Yes.
Okay. So Doug have question. If Doug already own magical liquid, why Doug give casket now?
Because we showed you, and this is a trade, and also because
No.
I still have magic berries to give you.
Doug knows. Original trade say you give Doug, but Doug already own pet. So give Doug.
This is
we
actually
know
a
make
magic...
trade, and he kind of stands up now. We know make trade on you to show Doug. You say you give Doug.
So there's actually a different magic liquid. I was not intending this to be the magic liquid.
Oh. Kind of like rolls his shoulders around, trying to ease his tension a little bit. Oh. Doug think green woman, tricky woman.
Communication is hard. I'm not good at talking.
Doug can tell.
Roasted by a guy who sucks at talking.
And so Doug turns over to Bitte and Dale. Dale friend. Small human friend. Doug, small human give Doug torches. Small human. Should Doug take magic water from Green Woman?
I think that would be
And
a good idea.
and Big Man? With horn. Ooh. Big man with horn. Doug. Should Doug trust Green Woman?
Well, has known Green Woman a very long time. She's very trustworthy.
Okay.
What do you reckon?
Okay. Doug trusts new friend. And so Doug say okay. Doug say trade still on. Doug no touch humans. Just Dugan home.
We'll deal with that later.
All right. So yeah,
Doug,
go on.
my warning stands for all humans, including those of Dugan's Hole. You understand this, yes?
Doug understand. Doug no touch human. Small people, okay.
No.
Doug?
But no, Doug hear you. You say Doug no touch human. So Doug no touch human. But small man, free game, yes?
Humanoid.
Let me rephrase. Doug, you are not to hurt anyone who lives in any of the 10 towns. Do you understand?
Doug really no understand, but Doug try. Doug do his best
That is good enough for
to
now.
keep friend. Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys are sitting with Doug now in the cavern. Do we want to wait till the morning? You guys are you're happy to keep talking with him. I want to stop you from that.
While Doug was distracted watching the thing, Bitta would like to go through the bag and check out the boots as well as anything else in the bag / also the axe.
Okay. Yeah. So like as you're checking that out, and if anybody else wants to do anything, just to kind of keep it in mind and say it. Not to keep it in mind. You can say now, but the boots just look normal. I mean, they look like they were handmade boots of a pretty good quality that have been used fairly ruggedly, but they're still in pretty good shape. So you understand why Doug wants the leather from those boots to make into collars. It's good leather. Outside of that, there's a couple of other tools that are commonly used in lumberjacking. The little things where you can attach to your shoes with a little belt to climb up a tree, a sharpening stone for an axe, a torch, and a bedroll, and then that's pretty much all that's in there.
I'm writing down the tree climbing thing, and you will one day come to regret thinking of that, Corin.
That I may regret that, but I don't think I will. I think I'll be very happy that I allowed that to happen.
And checking out the axe, is there anything special about the axe, or?
No. Now, when you're checking out the axe, are you just kind of checking it out just really close? Are you kind of showing it off? Like, are you trying to make it clear that you have the axe in front of Doug, or are you is it sitting next to you and you're just like glancing over at it?
He had it kind of like tucked into the pack, or like through a pack strap. So he's just kind of gonna inspect it a little bit, specifically while Doug is learning how to milk a goat.
Okay. So we'll say it's kind of hidden a little bit from Doug's view, and he's looking at other places. Friend doesn't seem to care about anything. He's just kind of twiddling his thumbs. But everyone else in the party, you guys get a good glimpse of the axe as he's moving it around. It doesn't look anything. It looks well made and well used, similar to the boots. It does not look like it was used for lumberjacking. More of a defensive, like combat weapon. The edge of the blade is very sharp, as if somebody taking good care of it. But you can see notches and scratches throughout the blade. It has some engravings on it of a tea leaf, or not a tea leaf, a tea tree on the head of the axe that kind of grows out, so that each of the axe heads have this really intricate drawing of branches.
So it's probably safe to assume that this is the lumberjack's axe.
It is safe to assume that it is Arten's axe, but not his lumberjack axe.
Okay, I meant like it belonged to Arten.
Yes, it did belong to Arten.
And Arten is the halfling, yeah?
Yes.
I hope we haven't gotten a chance to really discuss this or offer proper condolences for the demise of your friend, companion, employer.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry that we couldn't avenge them. Who were they? What did you need them for?
I believe that Arten and his family may know of an important cure to a disease that will help potentially hundreds, if not thousands, of people throughout the world, throughout Faerun. And so I was hoping to discuss with him information regarding that, but alas, it seems that is no longer an option.
That sounds important. Do you know, did Arten have any family around? You mentioned his family might know.
I do not know. I heard of him in the town of Brynshander after he had already left, and so I was told he was off to Goodmead, and I followed him when I stumbled across the scene that I imagine is where he encountered Doug, and I followed him here. So I have never spoken with Arten, and I fear I will never get the chance again.
Doug think that is a fair assessment. It's hard to speak with people in my stomach.
Levi just clenches his jaw.
Doug, I love you. You're not really helping.
Doug, where are we to sleep?
We all sleep here. Doug home is still Doug home. You new friend, Doug don't want you wandering around home. You may upset. Give me 1 second. You may upset Yogobor. Yeah, he no happy.
Yovabor?
Yogobor.
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 Who's
Yogobor.
Yogobor?
Yogobor, other pet, but he big pet. He often angry pet. He no happy. He no get to eat Doug other pet. But Doug strict with Yogobor. Yogobor must stay in his cave. And Yogobor get fish now and then.
Where is Yogobor's cave at?
Kind of just gestures down the hallway that he went through. Down there. But go. If you wake up Yogobor, Doug can't stop Yogobor.
Is that this one?
We'll deal with that tomorrow.
That is that tunnel there that you pointed to.
I'll say,
Levi is done with this conversation. He's gonna come over here and just kind of pull out his bedroll situation and just lean against the wall and recuse himself from this. He's gonna lose his mind.
And you said the axe has imagery on it and belonged to Arten.
Yes, imagery of a tea tree.
Rosemary's just kind of staring at it. I'm like, do you mind if I look at that?
Bitte does not want you to.
Okay.
No, it's mine.
No. I'm sorry, Bitte, you go.
Bitte will just kind of make a little gesture, like keep it subtle, because he doesn't want to renegotiate again. But
I can wait until after Doug goes to bed.
Seems
she's
a
kind
wise
of
idea.
like she's staring at it, but she understands that if she like reaches for it right now, Doug will definitely like notice. So she's gonna wait until after Doug goes to sleep and then kind of approach Bitte and ask to like look at it.
I'm gonna engage Doug in conversation. Try to explain to him that he can ferment goat's milk to make it alcoholic, and then he won't need mead, and he can just leave all the people alone.
Can you
Okay.
make alcoholic milk? I thought fermenting milk just makes cheese.
I mean, I think like the Huns used to get whacked out on fermented yak's milk or something.
Yeah, fermenting milk is a beverage that you can drink, and it does have alcohol in it.
Damn.
I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, so come on. It's called kumis. It is traditionally made from mare's milk. And it is Mongolian, yes. All right. Well, Dale, please show off your Mongolian knowledge with Doug.
Oh no, I don't know anything about it. I just know that you can do it.
So how Doug make special drink from already special drink?
Well, you could probably just like put it in like a bucket and let it sit out for a while. I think it just kind of happens on its own.
Oh, so Doug just pull, and he like imitates the same motion that Rosemary was making when she was milking the goat. So he pull and then leave it the milk. That's it. It no go bad. It no freeze.
I don't know about that. I mean, probably if you leave it in the bucket kind of near the like in the same room as the fire, it'll probably stay warm enough that it won't freeze. Just keep
Just
chilled.
room temperature old milk.
Yeah, that's probably will do it. Like I don't know the science of it. Dell certainly doesn't.
Okay. So Doug.
I mean,
Doug?
worst case, we leave, and then the Doug problem takes care of itself, drinking bad milk.
Oh my god. Give him food poisoning.
Okay. I need you to roll, I guess, persuasion as you go through it. I want an artisan tool. Do you have? You probably don't have brewing supplies, but what check would a brewer's tool use?
Hey, Dell, do you have milking supplies?
I do not. I have
Oh,
thieves'
what a shame.
tools.
I think I have another character who had like a brewer's kit proficiency, but I think the official answer is that it's whatever the DM rules, and you just add the proficiency modifier to that. But I don't know what the fuck cooking would do.
I guess, yeah. Okay, so
Is that like a nature?
I don't know, Blake. What check would you like to do to imitate, like, so you're not using a brewer's kit, but you're them walking Doug through the process, how you understand it.
I mean, I guess intelligence if we're just talking through.
Right? All right. Give me an intelligence check. Whoo!
Hell yeah!
There we go. Get that nice crit there. All right. So
I can
yeah.
bullshit my way
Astro
through
check.
anything.
So you describe, like, you just start going through. It's like, yes, you're supposed to put the milk in a casket, and actually, you know what? I'm gonna let Dell decide. Dell, please describe to us the method of making fermented goat milk. Show us. Your
So
both
yeah,
using
you're gonna wanna get a storage receptacle, a bucket or a cask or something like that, and fill it up with milk. And if you wanted to, you could probably flavor it. If you wanted, you get some spices or some flavorings in there, and just let it sit out for a week, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Doug work on this right now, and he like grabs one of the. He just like reaches over the pen and grabs a sheep and puts it on top of the on top of the casket that you guys. And he's like, he starts rooting through the wool, and he's like,
There's gonna be someone watching the stream or like VODs down the line. They're just gonna be like, "Oh God."
Some poor
Not even close.
person who actually knows how to.
we
Did I specify that it's only like the goats? I don't know if sheep's milk.
You
well, I assume
described
it's a mammal.
I mean, you described you only milked a goat, but Doug is Doug, so he just grabbed a pet and started looking, and he's kind of like, little man, where milk come where milk come from this one? And he kind of like flips the sheep upside down to show you the bottom. It's a male sheep.
Probably not on this one, Doug. I think this is a male sheep.
Oh.
We only get the milk from the females.
He puts it back and grabs a female sheep, starts rooting around. Wear it on this one. And he once again shows you the bottom of the sheep.
I don't really know if you can milk a sheep.
Oh. So he puts it back and finally grabs a goat and starts. He gets the hang of it. At the beginning, you can tell the goat is not happy. It's like, too hard. Too hard. Too hard. But he eventually gets the rhythm of it going. Still a little bit rough, but starts milking the goat. It doesn't fill up the casket very much, and he kind of, once it stops really producing milk very well, he kind of looks at Doug or Dell, and he's like, no more? This one empty?
Yeah, you have to let it. You have to wait till the next day. They can only carry so much milk at a time.
Oh, okay. And so he quickly just starts going through his pets, and you guys just watch Doug just milk all these goats to get about, I really don't know how much milk a goat holds, but I'm gonna say about a fourth of the casket. And he's just like,
roughly 3 to 4 goats worth.
Yeah. He's like, okay. I guess I try again tomorrow then. So he looks back at you and he's like, okay, so Doug have this. Now Doug, just let it sit. That's it? No more Doug? No more for Doug to do. Okay. Good.
Like I said, you could maybe flavor it up if you wanted to experiment a little, but maybe just start with an original till you get the hang of it. Yeah, get the
classic
old-fashioned
classic vanilla.
I want to thank our viewers for tuning in to this week's episode of Future Farmers of Dungeons and Dragons.
How to Milk a Goat, the podcast.
Yeah, and for any of our Mongolian viewers out there, we are very sorry that we did not understand how to make fermented mare's milk.
Also, mare's milk implies that you're using a mare and not a goat.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like a completely different animal.
Milk's milk.
Milk
is it though?
So yeah. Let's. So anything else?
Yeah, I guess just when Doug finally nods off, I want to approach Bitte and ask to see the axe.
Yeah, it takes a little bit, so you guys kind of can do what you want to do while you guys are starting. But Doug kind of scoots back a little bit, and he kind of comes closer to his little pets. He has a hand over there scratching one of the sheep, and after about 30 minutes or so, he falls asleep, starts to begin snoring very loudly.
Say, Bitte, can I see that?
Yes, I could. Yes, here, look here. The inscriptions are very intriguing. The tea tree iconography. Does this remind you of anything?
Yeah, I think someone told me. It must have been a story I heard. Yeah, it's the tea tree. It's familiar.
Does sound familiar. Yes. Can't place it though. Can I place it?
Roll. Everyone can roll history because you guys have all been in 10 towns for at least a little bit. we'll see if you guys are familiar with anything.
Both got 4s.
I'm gonna. Oh.
I say it's a traditional halfling design of.
Yeah. So
We each
Dell.
come up with some random bullshit, then Dell just like casually looks over our shoulders. Oh, that's
Yeah, so Dell definitely you're familiar with a family of halflings, multiple different families, who kind of all are part of tea. They have a tea and then something. There's a tea leaf, there is a tea twig, uh, tea bark, up near Lonely Wood. But outside of that, I mean, you're not familiar with the actual inscription. You're just it looks like a tea tree, and you know that there are some tea halflings.
Some QTs.
Uh,
how dare you?
so well, I mean, yeah, isn't the tea tree probably one of those like those halfling families? I know they've all got that like tea motif going on.
Yes,
Like,
that
You know,
that's
those
could
ones
be
up like
it.
near like the
Like-
Lonely Wood, right?
like the tea leaves?
Well, yeah, I think there's tea leaves. I don't know a lot about them, but I'd heard there were a bunch of tea blank families. Maybe the tea tree is one of those.
So we could look in Lonelywood and maybe he said like he was looking Levi said that he was looking for the family of this guy. Do you think they're probably in Lonelywood?
It could be. It's at least an idea. It's worth checking out.
Yeah, there's a lot of halflings in Lonelywood.
Presumably, we're kind of like whispering this to.
Yeah, you
Not
can say I guess
really.
you're keeping your voices low, but they're both snoring, and given that they're kind of at ease, there's not like any noise is gonna like wake them up unless it's a
Yeah.
loud noise. So
I'm gonna crawl my way over and relay the information to Levi as he's kind of fuming in the corner.
Levi, are you sleeping? Because I mean, you did like you were like I'm just gonna go over here and put my bedroll and just
Yeah, no,
angrily-
he like set everything up, but he's far too irritated to sleep right now.
Come
he's
join
been sitting there
our
with his
little
eyes
His
fucking
arms
sleepover.
crossed with his back turned to the group.
pouting in the corner. No, he leaned up against the wall and closed his eyes, but like he's been listening to the conversation.
Sorry, I just
Yeah.
really wanted to roll a dice there.
Sure. Okay, DM. I don't like that.
No.
Rosemary is just like, man, the handle on this is some good craftsmanship.
Yeah, Levi will come join you guys now that the other two are asleep. So he'll come.
Well, is there
Crawl
anything
my
that
way
you-
back. Come on.
Is there anything that you guys would like to do while they sleep? It's I'd say you guys talked with Doug for quite a little while. It was already dark whenever you were getting close to entering the cave, and with the blizzard raging outside, it's not like you can really tell how it is based on stars or moon or the sun or
think-
anything.
Levi would hand the lantern back over to Dell, knowing that Dell is probably the sneakiest, and point towards the passages that don't lead to Yogabor.
Oh, so like this way?
That this way and then this way, and see if Dell would be willing to go take a look.
Haha, perfect.
Sneakishly,
Exactly what I was going to ask
Since the rest of us
for.
are all fairly large.
All right.
Combat roll my way away.
All right.
Slide behind the wall.
Yeah. Let's follow Dell. Okay, Dell. It's the Dell
The Dell show.
the Dell
I'm gonna
show.
Work my way up and around this corner before I light the lantern.
Okay. Lighting the lantern. Let me do this on this side.
Oh, and
Okay.
I'll pass the axe back to Bitte and say thank you.
Pita will stuff it down in the pack.
Yeah, don't want to lose that.
Okay.
And I'll
And
go
go.
ahead and pre-roll my.
I would also like to add that Levi
Filth.
gave Dell a knowing look as he scampered off. So don't be too wild.
Before
I'll
Dell
flash a
scampers
thumbs up
off,
as
I am
I'm going
gonna.
around the corner.
I'll cast guidance on him before he leaves.
All right. So as Dell walks around the corner and opens up, lights the lantern, you come to a small little room with some caskets sitting on the floor. Additionally, suspended from the ceiling of this chamber by a series of ropes and pulleys are about 6 baskets. Clustered near the south wall are the 3 wooden casks that you see, which are very easily identified by the Goodmead heraldic symbol, a drinking mug made of a cut-off section of horn and an antler handle added upright and centered. There's actually only 2 there. One of them, and both of them are full.
Okay.
And they hold about 20 gallons. And they are about 200 pounds. So you might be able to roll one of them. But definitely going to be very difficult for you to easily drag that one out there. And where you are looking off right now, give me a second. Yeah, there seems to be a little bit of an opening that kind of goes off further into the cavern.
I'm gonna kind of hood the lantern, and
The pathway
you
here
don't really
looks,
have to adjust the lighting, but
yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of peek in here.
All right.
Without
So yeah,
really-
you walk through a small, what looked to be almost natural, with some very ancient looking carvings on the walls, as this seems to be something somebody carved out, that the pathway that you're walking through right now. And inside this little area is carved steps. It has narrow natural exits to the east and west, natural that have been expanded a little bit. And in the middle of the room is a rectangular stone block, about 7 feet long, 4 feet wide, and 3 feet tall. Pictographs on the walls of the chambers tell a tale of one tribe's journey through mighty mountains and across a perilous tundra. So there's a large stone block in the middle. The stone just looks like it was carved, very, very well carved, but nothing drawn on the stone. And in the walls of this room are where you are seeing those pictographs.
Neat. Okay, I'm gonna hood the lantern and slide back to the group.
Okay. Are you now, when you hood the lantern, are you also going to be keeping it lit but
For right
hooded?
now, yeah, because I'm pretty much just gonna go back and hey, I found some pretty cool stuff back there. Well, first off, I found the casks, but I mean, I think we'd known those were back there, but there seemed to be some actual ruins or something that connect.
Is there a path through?
Yeah, there's a little break in the cave, and then there seemed like it'd be almost kind of like a tomb or some kind of altar, maybe.
That's cool. Should we check that out tomorrow? Or should we check it out tonight?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Maybe
Just warning,
difficult.
I can't change my spells until I sleep, and I don't have any slots.
It may be difficult to persuade Doug to allow us to explore his cavern.
Though there are 3 different entrances, so we could leave, wait, and come back in another way.
Just come check it out.
Okay.
I wander back off.
I'll come with you.
All right. Is everyone going, or just those 2?
I mean, if Levi is going as well, I might just not be able to see. Oh, okay. Then yeah, Vita does not want to be left alone with anyone. With
in that case,
anyone to be left alone with
Levi
Doug
does not
and
want to be left
friend.
alone with these people because so he would follow.
Mm-hmm.
Poke my head in here.
Slide on in.
So I did, because I thought we were taking a long rest. I changed my spells over, and one of them is Detect Magic, which can be cast as a ritual. DM, would you allow me to ritual cast Detect Magic in here?
You haven't had a rest, so if you didn't have a rest, are you able to ritual cast Detect Magic basically?
I think so.
No, that's a wizard.
Do I have to have it prepared to ritual cast
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
it? Oh, okay.
Wizards are the only class that can
Just
ritual cast a non-prepared spell.
Okay.
So
I wasn't quite
again,
sure
I
about
don't
that.
have any spells. We haven't slept.
So Rosemary, as you're coming through, you're able to see into the dark all the way through. You see there's another natural opening in that tomb over to the left, and all the way over there, you catch just the bare edge of something large, white, and fluffy.
I will pat Dale on the shoulder and point into the darkness over this way, and I say, I think his other pet is right through there.
Did he give us a direction on the other pet?
Gonna wander over to the other side of the room.
So we can look, but we have to be careful because his pet is in there, and he said that's the one that likes to eat things.
Get awake.
Kind of like you hear and that kind of some scratching on the ground. You see just like the tail of the creature just whip around a little bit as if it's walking around in a circle.
It's pacing, so I think it's awake.
The Yoko boar.
What?
The Yoko boar.
Yoko boar? Yeah.
Gotcha.
I will start to ritually cast Speak with Animals again.
All right. So as you begin doing that, Carson, your stealth roll is good. So if you guys want to interact with anything, roll your stealth. Otherwise, as long as you're telling me that you're you're being stealthy, you will give you that. You're stealthy. It's not going to hear you unless you try to interact with it.
Mm-hmm. Has anyone checked out this yet?
No.
I haven't
Mr.
looked yet.
Stealthman?
I've just been.
It is a giant stone block. Under closer observation, you see that it's almost like set into the floor just slightly. Like at the very base of it, it kind of like it curves out a little bit. Not the rock, but like the ground. So like it's in a little hole, so to speak.
All right, I'm gonna take a closer look at this thing. Check it out. See, does it have any like noticeable seams, cracks? Like, does it look like it's got a lid?
Nope. It just looks like a large stone block was just set here in the middle of the room. A very heavy stone block. You push against it, it's not budging at all. But it's different. It's not the same as the floor. So you can tell that it's a different stone than the floor is.
Weird. This is definitely not natural.
And Levi, in the section that you're in down there, you can see a little bit of maybe some crevice, like some niches coming off down there. Around the corner, you off to the left, to the west of you, you see a small little frozen stream, and to the right, you catch more of the light coming from the bonfire room.
Right. So I assume that this is the other tunnel that we could see.
Yes.
Okay.
And then left, you can see like a little bit of the stream.
Yeah, down that way. You can also see a little bit of the stream. For those who can see through, where Yogabor is.
One of the entrances was by the stream, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there was a stream going into one of the entrances.
Yeah, to the left entrance of those
close
trio.
To one of those first entrances.
So yeah.
Looking at the slab, are there any finger holds, hand holds, anything?
Nope. Though you suspect if you're able to move it, given the way that the floor was kind of curved down, it kind of looks like it almost like it's like a ramp almost. Not a very big ramp, but like you could push against. If you were strong enough, maybe be able to move it out. Move it back up. But it'll be even Bitte with as strong as you are pressing against it. It's still very difficult.
Give it a shot.
Could give 2 strong people.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna
And
slip
beats
by
is
you.
large for the purposes of carrying capacity. And
Yes.
the other special use for that is specifically a Goliath carrying a stone block.
I will pat Bitte on the back and give him guidance.
Bitte, what is your carrying capacity?
Big.
Let me double check. Hang on, I've got it on a thing on my phone. I probably ought to write it down somewhere specifically. Actually, hang on. Did we put it in the little sled gear carrying capacity? No. Okay. All right. 1 moment. It's a lot. He's got a strength of 18 and his size is large.
I
So
would
your
definitely
carrying
say
capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15.
yes. So I would definitely say that you do not
And then
have
it's
enough.
and then there's more because he's large instead of medium.
Yeah, no. Even with more of the large,
It's like 500 something.
Yeah, you're basically assuming this thing is a couple tons. It's just solid rock.
Yeah.
Is there any sort of mechanism or something around it that we can see?
But that's to say that
Not that you
what
can
he
see
can
inside.
hold.
Yeah, not that you can see inside
Yeah,
this.
And also,
So-
you're not lifting it straight up. You're like pushing it, which is a different.
Yeah. It's also
Mhm.
not for what he's
Since
not
you're,
carrying it around to be encumbered or not. He's just trying to move it.
Right.
Since you're counted as like one size larger, I think you double the regular carrying capacity. So
His carrying capacity is 540.
Yeah. And so we'll take a flip over to Dell. So Dell, you're looking at what
Yeah,
look
what
to
are
be
these
just kind of
little-
these little niches into the wall. It's an 8-foot high, 5-foot wide passage. That's what you're standing in, with a dozen of burial niches carved into the wall. I think I'm saying that word right. Inside these niches, there's a couple of bones that look like they've been kind of like
Okay, I'm gonna
that
slide
animals have
forward.
gotten into. And there are a couple of carved stone knives, similar to the one that the Verbeek was holding, but nothing of note in any of the burial niches.
Okay. I'm just gonna be wandering around looking at all of these. Oh wait, is this
And that's it.
outside?
It says it's a dozen, but there's only 4 on the map.
Where is this? Is this back outside or
Yeah, you're going south. I mean, if you were to rotate your
am I still in a
lantern,
cavern, I guess is what I'm saying, or
you're in a different room than you were before. You're in the room that the Verbeek was in whenever he wandered into the cave.
oh there's some more burial niches.
Oh, yeah, that's where the burial niches are. My bad. Yeah, messed it up for a second there. So that's where they are. They're very
those
similar
outside, I see
in the other room as well. It also was a burial niche. This is the one that just has 12 of them. They all still have the same amount of things, though.
Okay, there's our Verbeek friend.
I wonder if this is something we could convince the Verbeeg to move this big rock for us.
I don't know if he can fit in here.
Mm-hmm. It's a good question.
Yeah, guys, I think this was like a tomb or something for some people. There's like a bunch of like catacomb stuff.
Yeah, the mighty mountains that appear on the pictographs on the wall look very similar, almost exactly like the spine of the world.
Hmm.
In fact, the scenery itself looks like Icewind Dale.
Are there any markers or anything on there of like locations that we could make a rubbing of or copy down to investigate later?
No, nothing like that. You do notice that the chieftain that leading her people across these mountains seems to be holding a wand in her hand, and from it, she's casting this large, like lightning bolt style attack.
That's kind of cool.
Levi pats the stone and looks at Bita and says, "Would you like to try moving it together?"
Perhaps so. We don't happen to have a block and tackle, do
A what? Block and tackle?
we? Yes.
Are those things that
Looks-
would be in our explorers
Looks in
pack?
inventory.
Yeah, they're like they don't come standard, but I'm definitely going to get one. Because with it
I have some
multiplies
rope.
your capacity by 4. So Beta could like, and then you could hook it to a wall. So
Yeah,
Beta
if we
could
can
use
like
it to
leverage
hoist-
this thing, then we could like pivot it off of the.
Right. Well, why don't you all give it a shot?
Yeah, so multiple people with crowbars and guidance.
Yeah, Rosemary's not very strong, but she can still help.
All right. So who's all assisting with the
I
stone
have a
block?
crowbar. Does anyone need to borrow a crowbar?
I imagine we all have a crowbar in our adventurers pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, they assume that you guys are going to be doing some thievery. It's
Excuse
the one
you.
thing everybody in Dungeons and Dragons has is a crowbar.
These people have been dead long enough that it's no longer grave robbing. Now we're in archaeology territory.
Hmm.
All right.
It
So,
belongs in a museum.
so who here is going to be helping with the stone block? Bitte, Rosemary, Levi, Dale, as
Levi,
well?
yes.
I'll hold the lantern.
Okay. So Rosemary, Bitte, and Levi, you guys get your hands on the block, and you're going to try to push it or leverage and kind of tilt it?
Pivot.
I pivot.
Will you re-describe how it sits on the floor to me?
So it's almost like it sits in a little indention in the floor that has rounded edges. So it's sitting a little bit lower, and the ground near the edge of the stone block has curved down, and then it's sitting in that.
Okay, so like if we were to twist it, we could like pop it out.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, basically just like that, but not so deep. But yes, Blake, just like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to see for those who are watching us.
Pull
Blake
it out that way.
Blake drew a beautiful picture there.
Yeah.
In fact, I can just point.
Truly
zoom
artistic
in
and
here.
it's
I want this.
Beautiful.
kind of poop brown color.
There we go.
I don't know why that's my
Zoom in.
default color.
That's because that's the color of your character.
Kind of like that.
But yeah, just like that, about that high. So it's it's not too far down. It's not like it's a steep. So yeah, I think if you try to twist it, pivot it, push it any what direction, it'll kind of dip in a little bit, but then you're just pushing it kind of up a little slight ramp.
Cool. Yeah, I guess let's try to do that.
All right. So Rosemary, Levi, Bitte, you guys push against it. We'll assume you're giving it all of your strength because there's no rush against any time.
Mm-hmm.
It
I'll get ready
judges.
to check underneath as soon as they lift it.
Yeah. It's budging just a little bit, but you guys feel like you're just barely not enough.
Levi goes into a rage.
Oh.
It helps, but still just need a little bit extra help.
I think we need Dell.
Okay.
Go! Get your ass over here!
I start pushing.
All right, so I need you guys all to roll me stealth as you begin to push on this stone block.
Fuck.
Good.
carrying the
Good.
team.
Yeah, I think Carson's nat 20 should just cover all of us.
Yeah, it's the rule of averages here, but definitely with the crit, you get some little bonuses there. So yeah, I'd say you guys are able to slowly drag it. There's a little bit of a as the stone just drags against the other stone, but you don't notice any sound coming from Yoga Bear's cave, and so you are able to move it out of the way, and um, underneath you reveal a small female woman dead body, uh, skeleton, of course. It's in a shallow little niche in the floor. Her tribal garb, seemingly resembling the picture of the lady on the wall, but in dust and tatters, as it's aged over many years, decades, maybe even centuries.
Any-
Use all of the body.
Any sticks?
In her hand, in the left hand, you catch the gleam of a pearl, and in her right hand is a wand.
Ooh. I think
I'll relieve her of these valuables.
What?
I'll relieve her of these valuables.
Yeah. So you're gonna go in and grab those?
Yeah.
If you want to hold on to those and wait until tomorrow, I can detect magic on them and find out. Well, I can't do identify, but I can at
Find
least
out
tell
just
you
how
what their
cursed
school of
they are.
magic. Yeah, just how cursed.
Levi opens his mouth to say something, and he changes his mind. Just kind of crosses his arms and kind of looks away.
Like, okay, normally I'm not about the grave robbing, but we also did just move a giant rock.
So we
Let's-
deserve
let's-
we deserve a prize for doing this.
Yeah, like
I
he's
guess.
not going to be the one to reach down and grab anything, but he's not going to stop you guys either at this point.
Yeah. I'll say, okay, Del, did you get everything that you wanted? Because this rock is very heavy, and I would like to leave the dead as we found them.
Oh yeah, sure. I slide back out instead of just standing there in the
I will
sarcophagus area.
I'll
So
very
you
very
got-
gently kind of guide the rock back where it
Yeah.
was.
As soon as the stone block resets itself back in there, Del, you hear
I hear what?
you hear some phantasmal whispering.
Cursed.
Can't quite make out what it's saying to you, and nobody else seems to hear this. Just Del.
On the long-term
I'm just kind of
madness,
looking
they will
around the
roll.
room,
On the
trying to
long-term
figure out where
madness,
that's
they-
coming from.
Do I
again.
notice anything from in here?
Nope. And it ends
Hold
very
the
quickly,
pearl
Del.
up to my ear.
Yeah, you hear nothing.
Hmm.
You can
Cursed,
feel the
cursed,
thrumming
cursed.
of power coming from this wand, as well as the pearl.
This is definitely some stuff, guys.
Well, let's go get some
Shake the
sleep,
pearl a
and
little bit.
then I'll be able to tell you just what sort of stuff it is.
I
All right,
recommend
so-
we do not pull them out and investigate further until we have left.
Yeah, I would suggest not bringing this up to the Verbeeg.
What,
Agreed.
what Ducky does not know.
Yeah. All right. So you guys want to go back to where you were back there and go back to sleep? You want to keep inspecting or figuring out what's here in this cave?
Should we could go the long way around and go through here. I assume it goes through.
I absolutely want to peek in and see if I can see Yogo. I'm not really trying to shine the light in there, but
Bruh.
just so I can see what Yogo Boar is.
Okay, so you just flash it in there for just a second.
Well, I mean, not even so much that. I'd be pointing it at the wall and just barely turning enough so that ambient light can get in there and I can
Yeah.
make out a shape.
So
I can see in the dark and can speak to animals. Do you want me to look and just tell you what it is?
I'm
no,
curious.
wait, let's pause here. So Del slowly, it just curves right over the edge. It flashes onto Yogobor, and you catch a glint, like a gleam, as Yogobor's eyes now stare directly at you.
Turn and run!
We were
Very-
so close.
Very quickly, the yoga board gets up and rushes at the entrance. And he's too big to get into the small thing. And so he's kind of like crawling, and his arms are like scratching at the wall as he's trying to get in and get at whoever's just shined a light on him and woke him
No.
up.
So I specified that I ritual cast speak with animals. Would that still be up?
It is, yes. So you are hearing him, defile her. Get out of Yogobar's cave.
I say, it's okay, we're not coming in. It's okay. We're friends of the Verbeeg. We mean you no harm, and we're going to go leave you alone now.
Friends, you try to deceive Yogobar. Yogobar is ancient in age. He knows you are not Doug. Doug is the only one he...
We are not Doug,
Alright.
but Doug is our friend. We will.
Where's Doug then? How do I
He is
know?
He is
And
sleeping
he's
in the other room.
and just kind of like rushes down the tunnel the other way.
Oh god.
And you hear in the other tunnel from down there, friend kind of just, hey, bear up.
I want to come out this
Alright,
way so
everyone.
we don't come out.
Back into the cave, back into the cave, back into the cave.
Just this big ass
everyone go?
bear. Oh,
I'm going to try to run and beat it into this entrance.
Wait, you guys are going
So
south?
it kept.
No,
It's
you
like
just go back through the doorway that he can't get through.
so as everyone's rushing around, Rosemary, you kind of like you turn that corner real quick, and the bear swipes and catches a little bit of your cloak. But all it does is just tear it to ribbons as you rush further in there. Doug is starting to get up, but Yoga Bear is able to get through this, so he's inside here now.
Yeah, I
And
just
he's
say,
coming-
I'm sorry, see, Doug is right here. Doug is right here. Friend is okay.
He's coming up, and Doug kind of wakes up, and he's like, "Oh, Yoga Bar," but Yoga Bar does not listen. And he continues to rush at you. Rosemary, you gonna stop there?
I'm going to try to keep away from him and just show him Doug is okay and Doug is a friend.
Yoga Bar jumps on the wagon and launches himself over the bonfire at you.
Oh god.
So we're gonna roll an attack here from Yoga
Oh
Bar.
my god.
Give me a second here.
This is how Rosemary dies.
Pizza will let loose a couple of axes.
Don't.
As you
It's
see him
okay.
flying over the screen, flying over. All right. So let me make sure he's not here. Sorry, I wasn't prepared for this. I didn't have his thing open. Ah!
You weren't prepared for us to piss off the giant bear.
I mean, I was, but I wasn't. See, that's not his face.
One of
More
those things that
fool
lurks
you
in the
if you
back of your
didn't
mind,
think
but
I
you
was
hope
gonna
it doesn't
poke my
happen.
nose into trouble.
God.
Okay, yeah. So this must be him. So he's rushing over and he's gonna swing at you with his claws.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hold my arms up to defend myself, but I'm not going to attack back.
He doesn't have advantage, so he swings with an 11. Does that hit?
Oh, it misses.
Oh,
My
excellent.
AC
So
is 13.
he kind of like his momentum carries him over you. He kind of overshot and crashes into this wall. Almost actually crashes into the pen over here. The goats kind of, and Doug jolts up and just rushes over, and oops, sorry, I grabbed a sheet. He uses his weight to kind of keep Yoga Bar down. He's like talking in grunts, almost like he's trying to speak the bear's language. No, friend. And friend's just standing there like, So, Bitte, because of the trajectory of Yoga Bar's pathway, your axes kind of fly overhead, and you miss. But yeah, so now we have Doug kind of keeping Yoga Bar down, and he looks back and he's like, "What you do? Why you wake up Yoga Bar? He not friendly. He know your friend."
I say, I'm very sorry. I had to pee. I got lost, and
You
I
had to-
accidentally woke up the bear.
Why
Pizza
you
puts on
walk?
his
Why you
shield
walk
just in
more
case.
into Doug's home?
I had to go to the bathroom, and I got lost, and I didn't know which way was out, and then I ran into the bear.
And Yoga Bar kind of just, and you hear Yoga Bar tell Doug, "They lie. defilers, they were in the tomb. They take the treasure. And Doug's like, Yogobar, he no believe you. He say you were sneaking around. Is this true?
Did you not just say that he can't speak Yogobar's language? I'm just curious.
No, he is speaking to Yogobar.
I thought when
he's
Doug
grunting.
woke up, I thought he was like, yeah, I thought when he woke up, it was like he was trying to but couldn't speak Yogobor's language.
Yeah, but now he has like Yogobar on the ground, and I should say this: they don't really know. Doug can't speak to animals, but Doug is speaking to Yogobar in some kind of grunt, so you can think of it like a thieves' cant or something that they've developed together. Because Yogobar seems pretty intelligent.
Yeah.
They can speak across their soul bond.
Yeah, let's go with that. Doug can.
I imagine he can like at least get the impression.
Yeah, so he kind of just says like, Yogobar says you're lying.
I say, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to offend Yogabor. There was a room and it had a grave in it, and then I looked out the other side and there was the bear, and I didn't really know where I was, and I tried to tell him we were your friend, and he didn't believe me, and so I ran back in here, and he chased me, and you saw that.
You go tomb?
Yeah.
What-
Yes. I didn't.
What you do in tomb? You move stone block?
Look to
There's
my
a
friends.
tomb?
Like, I didn't realize it was a tomb. I thought it was just a very big rock.
All right. I need a deception.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know if Rosemary acknowledged it was a tomb until we got it off and there was a body in there.
You're aware of it. I would say you're aware it's a tomb because you did move the block and found that there's a body there. So.
Yeah, but we didn't know it was a tomb before we moved the block.
This is true, but so are you telling Doug that it's a tomb, or are you telling Doug that you did not move the block, or that you?
I'm telling him I didn't know it was a tomb.
Okay, so
like past tense, didn't know.
Okay, that's fair. It's fair. No deception there. It's a true statement. Still, Doug he's looking at you. He's starting to like.
I mean, look how small we are. There's no way we could move that rock.
All right, Dell, roll me deception now.
There we go.
Like he looks you guys up and down. It's true.
I wave my little noodle arms.
Yeah, I'm like, see, I'm just a little person.
Doug and friend can't move rock. You guys definitely can't move rock. And he looks at Yogobar. Yogobar must be mistaken. He angry, he hungry. You have food for Yogobar? Make friend with Yogobar with food.
I will bring out my rations, which I assume has some sort of jerky of some sort, and offer it to Yogobar.
Being a large creature that Yogobar is, he will eat all of your rations.
I can deal with that.
Okay, so you give out all of your rations. Basically, you just like start ripping through it as Doug passes these packs to him. Taking all the jerky and kind of just stepping on everything else. So anything that wasn't jerky that may have been edible is now just not. And you see Yogobar start to kind of tense down, and he looks at Rosemary and he's like, I watch you. Yogobar remembers.
Yogobar remembers?
Yogobar remembers.
Remembers what?
Food.
He kind of just he falls asleep.
Okay. Then Yogobor's just still fucking here.
So Yogobor's just there. Doug right now is like sitting on top of Yogobor. So he's like actively just sitting on him, and Yogobor's just like, oh, I'm fine. Just goes to sleep.
Yogobar remembering is a lot better than Yogobar dismembering.
That's true.
Yogobor the surgeon. I remember you.
I will say, Yogobor, I'm very sorry that we were where we weren't supposed to be. I hope that you can forgive us, and if there is anything that I can do to help you, know that I will do so, or I will do my best.
He kind of just turns his head now and goes, huh. And then you hear him very lowly kind of grunt out, Yogobor like salmon.
Yagobor likes salmon. Does anyone have any salmon in their rations?
Beta is great at survival. Could he go fish up a salmon in the stream?
in the middle of a blizzard
Yeah.
at 2 a.m.
I would say
Ice
no,
fishing.
Maybe tomorrow.
because you guys followed a frozen stream in here. So you'd have to go back to. I mean, if you honestly did want to give him a fish, you'd have to go back to Goodmead.
I will say we will do our best. If we can find a salmon and then are headed back this way, we will deliver it to you.
Doug kind of like sitting down now, leaning back, trying to find himself a bit more comfortable of a spot with Doug, or with Yogobori. He's like, Doug's like, okay, you go to sleep now. I keep watch.
Okay. I'm very sorry again.
Tomorrow you give magical drink and then take casket and leave.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yogobori need time to calm down.
Levi nods and frowns because now Doug and Yogobor are laying on top of his bedroll.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Well, would you guys like to attempt to try anything else?
I've done enough.
Nah,
Beta would like to
I'm straight
pickpocket
chilling.
friend.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay. Wait,
Uh,
what did you say, Bitte?
I said Beta would like to pickpocket friend.
All right. Well, friend is only wearing a loincloth.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Okay.
It was a joke.
Okay.
But yeah,
Because
I will take
I
first
don't think we
watch.
want to. I don't think we want to go into that kind of stream.
No, it's gonna become an erotic podcast. It's the only path left.
I mean, we already had Rosemary have to explain the birds and the bees, so we're on. I guess we're on the right path.
We're off to a great start.
Yeah. All right. So we begin to. I guess we just take a long rest. Wait till the morning.
The old
Yep.
Vergs and the bees.
Oh my god.
Have you ever seen a barbarian rage twice and not hit anything? Nailed it.
No, I've never seen a barbarian rage twice and not hit anything.
The power of the out of
Spectacular.
combat
Alright.
rays.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, let's take a long rest so I can actually get some spells, please.
Yes.
All right. So you guys sleep. Doug spends the whole night. He does not sleep at all. He Sorry, I get distracted. Good one,
We'll
Carson.
take some
That's
watches.
the birds and the bees. You guys wake up in the morning. The blizzard has calmed down in the outside, and as you guys wake up, you see Doug is already trying to like rebuild a bonfire and tidy things up. And he kind of sees you guys start to open your eyes, and he's like, good. Doug, happy you awake. Please give Doug magical water now.
Right. Where do you get your water from?
Go to Yogobor Cave, and they're iced there.
Okay. I will go purify it and make it magic water.
Okay. So let's move on off. Go over there, Rosemary. You don't actually have to move. I can just describe it from here if you want, or you can walk in there so you can actually see.
Whoop over here, because I'm curious about this nonsense. Does anyone want to come with me?
Beta will go with her. I have no idea where she is now
Oh, I'm over
because
here.
of the darkness.
I'm not
Where-
much of a morning person, so I'm just gonna be kind of grumpily.
I moved him.
No,
Is
but
he
you're
in the
still
wall
stuck.
on yours?
Oh, okay. Yes, he is still wall in the stream. Give me a second, or give
There
it
we
in
go.
a second. There it goes. Okay. So in here, is a frozen stream ends at a 7-foot deep frozen pool at the back of the dark cave. Trapped beneath the pool's ice, which is very clear, is a stone statue of a smiling young man, naked except for a well-placed oak leaf, with his face turned towards the sky. And Rosemary,
Would I recognize this?
you do. It is a statue of Sylvanas.
Oh. Be like, hey, Sylvanas.
Where you ping on the map where you guys are at? Just out of curiosity. Okay. Oh, y'all are in the Yoga
Yoga
Board
Board.
room?
Yes.
Okay.
Question, because I'm forgetting. Can I change my cantrips overnight, or?
No.
Okay.
Probably like 10 minutes, honestly. All right, here we go. I think we are back live again. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. We've had a lot of difficulties today, and it's been a lot of fun when it comes to streaming in the middle of an icy tundra. So to recap, everybody, Rosemary and Bitte are currently in Yogobor's cave, where they are trying to grab some water and have discovered a statue of Sylvanas in the bottom of the pool. And Dell was explaining that druids cannot switch their cantrips until you have an ability score increase. And continue on, Dell or Rosemary and Bitte.
Bitte will light a torch since they're supposed to be there. He might as well have light.
Can I ritually cast detect magic? Or I'm going to ritually cast detect magic.
Yeah, sounds good.
And I want to see what's up with the statue of the Oak Father down there, because that's my god.
All right, so we'll skip ahead. You originally casted it, and you can tell that it's covered in an aura of abjuration magic.
Abjuration, what does that do?
The shieldy stuff.
Beneficial magic buffs, healing, stuff like that.
So this might already be magic water. That's what you're saying.
It's a possibility, yeah.
Like, I mean, I've already got pure magic water. I don't know what you're gonna do for me, but okay.
All right, so yeah, I guess you grab a chunk of ice.
Yeah, I was gonna purify food and drink is also a ritual spell, so I'm just gonna go around and ritually cast that on as much of this pool as I can.
All right, so it's
purify food and drink. All non-magical food and drink within a 5-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range is purified and rendered free of poison and disease.
Okay. Does not seem to work.
So it is magical. Okay. Is the water actual water up here?
No, it's completely frozen. So it's all ice.
Can I start using the torch and stuff to start trying to melt it?
Oh yeah, I mean, you could take a chunk off and then put it in a bucket or something, and not a bucket, maybe your water skin or something, start to melt it. Yeah, you can make water. Yes.
Yeah. I do have create or destroy water as a spell, but I would prefer not to use a spell slot because.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So you got some water.
Can I do purify food and drink on this water now?
Yes.
If I might,
and nothing happens.
if I might recommend something, Rosie,
Yeah.
why don't we do the ritual in front of Doug, and crush up one of the good berries and muddle it in there so it is slightly flavored,
That works.
and makes him feel satisfied when he drinks.
That sounds like a plan. I will. I'll cast good berry, so I have the 10 good berries.
And I'm not convinced he can count to 10. So
That's fair. So, do you want to call him in here, or should we go back and call him in?
we can go back to them.
Yeah. I'll just. I'll say we go back. and we're like, "Hey, yeah, do you want to come observe the ritual as we make this magic water?"
Before we do, is there anything else of interest in Yogaber's cave?
There are some halfling-sized bones, halfling-sized skull, and some other bones in the in his little cubby over there, but
That-
nothing else of interest in there.
That sucks. Rosemary's also she's gonna like taste the water that's in the bucket currently.
All right. Yeah, it tastes amazing. Probably like the freshest water you've had
Oh, damn. Betty, do you want to
in
try
your
some?
life. It is like it's like you
Oh,
know,
bro, you gotta try some of this water.
Have some of this
It's like-
fucking water.
it's basically
This
like
is the dankest water, bro.
Sure. Oh, is this Evian?
It's that shit that comes in like the clear bottle with like the fern leaves on the background.
Yeah, Peter will have some of the water.
Yeah,
Some
it is
sparkling water.
it's amazing. You just feel like refreshed when you drink the water.
Nice.
So yeah, is everybody going over to the water, or now is everybody going back to where?
No, I'm sitting up against one of these barrels, wrapped up in my blanket / bedroll, and just angrily
Peter will,
gnawing on a hunk of cheese.
God.
Peter will go ahead and refill his water skin with some of that water.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Rosemary will too. Yeah, let's get everyone in here, and then I'll do the ritual. He doesn't need to know that it failed, and I technically fulfilled my promise. It is magic water.
Yeah. All right. So you call in Doug. Levi, you're going to come with them, or are you going to stay there with Dale? As Doug sits up, he kind of gestures to Friend to go back and to sit back on top of Yoga Bar, and he's like, "Friend, Doug must go now. Come sit on there." And so he sits right back on top of it, just kind of taking his place and keeping Yoga Bar just kind of a bit more calm as he sits there.
Also, I guess Rosemary, before she leaves, will like kind of like kneel and give a little prayer to Sylvanas, to the statue that's submerged, and say, "Thank you for your protection. Thank you for your power. Help me do your will." And then she'll go and grab the Verbeeg and her friends.
Yeah, Levi's gonna stay. He'll just move over so that everybody can get through the passage, but he is just wrapped up in his cloak, chilling.
All right. So we got Doug moving over here with Bitte and Rosemary. Bitte, are you going to go back and stay with the group, or are you going back to?
He'll stay with Rosemary.
Okay.
I just didn't know if we had moved.
Over here. Okay. All right.
Dell, do you want to come hang out?
I'm good here.
Okay.
All right. So we got Bitte and Rosemary. You guys sit in there in front of the water, take a chunk of it out. You begin to, perform your purified miracle of purified water and food and drink over the water, and muddle a little bit of good berry in there as you are waving your hands over it, and something you know is not going to help, but he doesn't know that.
You just know that.
And in fact,
I will hand the bucket and hand the good berries. And I will say, this is my part of the agreement. The water is magical, and the berries, I promise, will be fulfilling and delicious.
Good. Doug is happy. Doug thanks new friends, though you have caused much trouble in my house.
To be fair, you've caused a lot of trouble in the town, so
Well, I don't see me going after you, only you going after me. But we are friends now, yes?
yes.
Eat.
And you hear off into the distance down that little hallway. Doug! Doug, I'm here. Gog is here.
Down like this hallway?
Yeah, but not down not down the hallway, just in the distance, because that hallway goes straight to the outdoors.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, I will
yeah.
say, oh, do you want us to take the side exit out and so that she won't see us?
Doug starts getting really frantic, and he's like, "Yes, okay, quick, get out, go,
Yeah.
go!"
I'm
And starts
just like,
pushing
wait,
you out.
hold on, you got some schmutz, and I reach up and get,
Doug-
clean his
Doug
face,
looks-
comb his hair back. It's like, you look great. You're gonna have a great time. Just be
Good.
yourself.
Okay, go quickly. Get your friends. Leave. Tell Fred to move Yokobar out of the way. Take a cask with you. One cask, please. Yes.
One cask, yes.
An empty cask. Fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Doug
Scooch over
run-
this way.
Doug rushes off down the hallway to go meet Gog.
Nice. I guess we can come through this way and just roll the cask out.
Pretty much, yeah. You guys get in there, and how do you tell friend what Doug says?
I'll just say, so Doug said to move Yokobar out of the way. He's off meeting with Gog, and he said that it's okay for us to take this cask with us, and we will be on our way.
Friend's like, okay, if Doug say so. Friend believe friend. And he kind of just grabs Yokobar, picks him up over his shoulder, and starts walking the other way. Gog and friend's no friend anyway, so we go. And just walks across.
Okay.
Bye-bye. See you soon.
See you later.
Alligator. All right, so you guys are left free here. Is there anything you'd like to grab before you head out?
I do want to detect magic on the shit that Dell picked up yesterday.
Are you going to cast it regularly or ritually?
Ritually.
How long does that take? 1 minute? 10 minutes?
1 minute.
Be pushing it.
Do that.
We could just do that outside.
That's true, but as we're gathering shit up, I figure why not?
Okay, so as you guys are getting everything, you probably have about a minute before you guys hear Gog and Doug, talking outside. Doug, you hear him talking up his new magical water that he has. He's like, "Yeah, I have. Ooh, taste this." And Gog's like, "Ah, fresh water. Ooh, that's a different taste, Doug. Gog wants some more." And Doug's like, Doug have more in cave. Come. Doug have more water. And new friend just give Doug special berry. Gog want to try special berry, she says. And so,
Good berry.
all right, so
Aphrodisiac.
You know.
all right, so you cast
Very
detect.
tasty, dipped in chocolate.
So while I look up what it's going to do with detect magic, is there anything else you guys want to grab before, except for your stuff?
Didn't you say there was salt in one of these barrels?
Yes, there's salt
Is
and
it
pepper,
just, loose,
straw,
or is
and
it-
torches. It's just loose.
What was the stuff that you saw in the barrel room?
There were baskets hanging from a pulley system in the sky.
I
or
feel
in
like
the ceiling.
that's gonna take too long. And would be too conspicuous.
Levi just makes sure he gathers his bedroll, and he mutters under his breath about how a large amount of bear hair on it is frustrating.
So it's okay. Bear hair is a good insulator. Keep
It's
you warm.
also itchy. It is also itchy.
It would help if you wore a shirt. That usually prevents a little bit of the itch.
All right. So for the pearl, you detect an aura of for both the pearl and the wand of the war mage. Oh gosh, damn it!
I didn't hear
For
anything. Did you hear
For
anything?
the pearl and the
No.
wand, you detect the magic of transmutation. Fuck. Damn. That's terrible. Okay. All right, I'm gonna stop talking now. Yeah. So it's just keep going. Yeah. You know what it means now.
So transmutation on both of them.
Yes. All right. You begin to hear footsteps coming from the tunnel to the south.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get out of here. Whoop, shit. Go
All
out
right.
this way, I guess.
So
Yeah,
we'll
go
just
back
say
out
you
this way.
guys kind of make your way out and back into the blizzard, or not into the blizzard, but back into the snow, which is now as everything's covered in a very fresh and bit higher heaping of soft snow. And you guys just gonna head back to Goodmead?
Yeah.
And make it known.
As we're walking, I'll be like, oh yeah, there was I think the spring was blessed by Sylvanas. Do you guys want to have some water?
Really
For-
quick, who grabbed the cask?
Beta.
I would hope so.
Just making sure that somebody did grab it.
Beta,
Oh, yeah.
very,
Beta has
very
the
big,
cask.
strong boy.
All right, so you
I
got the
will-
cask. Somebody has the empty cask. You guys have the stuff that you got. Dell is carrying a lot of torches, and
Yeah, Rosemary will offer some of the magic water to Dell and Levi as we're leaving.
I totally blanked on this. Did you leave your capybaras back in town?
Yes, because we couldn't bring our
All your
sled
power.
team.
Okay, good. Just making
Yeah.
sure I didn't completely forget about them, because that might have been
I think Beta towed a sled
yes.
for them.
All right,
Yeah.
so you guys get out. It's a very clear day, and you know generally that what direction is Goodmead from where you were?
Mm-hmm. It's south, yeah.
That
Yeah.
way.
Beta
Yep.
cannot
General
be
this
lost.
way.
All
Beta
right.
cannot be lost by non-magical means.
Well, then
Aha!
it leads you guys back to Goodmead, which
All right.
is completely black map.
Apparently. Also, it is 2 p.m. Should
Yes.
we call it
We
a
are-
night?
We are going to call it right here. So the party is making their way back to Goodmead, and we will pick up from there in our next session. So we really hope that you guys enjoyed listening to us. We are very sorry for the typical difficulties that were on my end, but I just want to say it was not my fault. I did not cut my pound power. I blame the ice, and I blame Oral. She is not happy that our adventurers are trying to thwart her.
Way to take accountability, Corey.
Our next session is going to be in 2 weeks on February 27th. Typically, our sessions last from 9:30 to 1 p.m., but we did go a little bit longer just because we lost an hour and a half there in the middle.
Yeah.
And so we really hope you guys enjoy us next time. And I just want to, I'm gonna leave a cliffhanger here. So as you guys arrive back in Goodmead, you are greeted by an old lady. Whether or not I introduced her last time, her name Olivessa. She's one of the people you saw on the meadery and have been mentioned by some of the people as one of the so to speak leaders of the town.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of walks up to you guys and she a big smile on her face. Ow! I see you've gotten our caskets back. Thank you. Still, you're missing one? And did you drink one?
We have some things to discuss with whoever is in charge.
Huh.
Discussing the caskets and also the death of the former town speaker.
Well, I say that I have a little bit of authority in this town. I can accept the delivery. I assume you've avenged our speaker's death?
That is what we wish to speak with you about.
Well, we'll get into that later, but we have another more pressing matter. In your few hours or a day of absence, Shandar is called an emergency election for the town speaker position. He put himself up as nomination, and the people have looked to me to run against him. But these old bones just don't want that much responsibility. So she kind of walks up to you guys, looks at everybody, looks at Dell, and says, "You look trustworthy," and slaps this like pin on there saying, "Vote for me for town council."
Puts it on Dell.
Well,
God.
congratulations, candidate. It seems you'll have some convincing of the town people to do, won't you?
Is that
Dale is
where
still
we're-
wrapped up in his bedroll, just
Levi
glaring
just
at
rolls his
this
eyes.
woman.
Del is just burritoed on the sled.
Excellent. Well, follow me, and that's where we'll end it.
Damn.
So thank you guys
This
for listening.
cannot go well.
And before one last thing again, before we go, I would like to say that today's session has been brought to you by Volo's Guide to Everything. And here is a quick message from our sponsors. Well met, adventurers. Do you often find yourself at the wrong end of a grung spear because you found them cute? Are pesky boggles escaping your cages? Well, no more. Know before you go with Volo's Guides to Monsters. Available now for the low price of 50 gold. Find it anywhere you would find books.